out of apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
Yourself and your soul together. This man will make your liver quiver.
What's good? You are tuning in to Apartment 5B podcast hosted by your man Kill. I got my squad with me in effect as always. My brother Vague from BK. What's going on, bro?
I dressed up today. I dressed up for this one. You know, you get the wine, okay?
No doubt. We got Ill Fan from Black Wrestling. What's going on, bro?
Hey man, what's happening? Y'all heard anything good lately?
Here you go. And we got my brother AG from Hip Hop Talks podcast. What's going on, bro?
Peace and love. It's all Stoop Stories now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's the new name of it?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Branching off, doing new things, going into the new year. Stoop Stories.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Well, y'all know me. Let's jump right into it. Me and AG. Well, let's start here. Like, we finally got the Nas Premier album that we've been waiting for. Some people 25 years, some people 30 years. We've been waiting a long time. I was talking to Eb, and I feel like this is probably the closest thing to Detox, you know, that was probably out there, that was left, and we actually got it. What you think, fam? What you think about that?
I think not, and I said this when we recently spoke. Like, Nas has had a career of expectations, the beginning of it. You know what I'm saying? You start to hear this kid from such and such, he did the verse here, and now he got this producer and that producer and this producer. Expectations is a mofo.
Right. That is true. And we're going to talk about that. So yeah, we got to dig into that. Before we can dig into that, just give me 10 seconds to just go off on a tangent. The shit that I've seen online for the last 96 hours is fucking crazy, yo. Like, it's crazy. I've seen some of the dumbest shit that I've ever seen spewed in my life. I had to, and this is not to blow nobody's spot up. I want to say that. This is not to blow nobody's spot up. I'm just going to read some of the tweets that I have seen. If all the hip hop fans complaining about Light Years actually sat with the album for an extended period of time, instead of 1 or 2 listens, chances are they start to appreciate it for what it is instead of what they wish it was. Cool. Another quote. This is where I talk about analytics. How it ruined the NBA is ruining hip hop. Light Years by Nas and DJ Premier has gone #1 in 7 countries on iTunes while charting across more than 70 countries on Apple Music. Here's the thing, y'all. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about numbers. It could be #1 for in Mars for whatever reason. I don't care. It has nothing to do with nothing. Another one. After listening to those pre-programmed Casio beats Premier gave Nas for Light Years, y'all gonna appreciate this wisdom. Okay, so that's some of the shade. People are definitely. I saw Mickey Fax on Twitter. He was like, "Yo, y'all are destroying Premier on my timeline."
That was the most engaging farmy tweet of all time, by the way. Just that one. That
one.
Yeah, the one that y'all are killing this album or whatever. I see you, Mick. You're pretty good at
the talk about that. Just dropped today, already on my 5th spin. Nas and DJ Premier Light Years is pure boom bap perfection. Preemo's chops are dusty and knocking like vintage Gangstar. Nas is spitting wisdom and street tales with that timeless flow. Madman pause tapes and AZ's feature. Is that it? Now here's the other one about analytics. Nas raps 553 words he's never rapped before on a studio album on Light Years. 19 studio albums, 16,507 different words. The pen is elite. Did Preemo let him down on this project? Did we really need to know, like, what type of analytical shit is he rapped 553 words he never rapped before. What in Chat GPT are we using now to even come up with this? 16,507 different words. Did Premier let him down? DJ Premier and Nas's Light Years album is fire. If you're not feeling it, then it's not for you. Half of y'all don't even understand the references. You weren't there. If you know, you know. Y'all not hip hop heads. You just like rap music. There's a difference. This is my problem with dumb shit like that, because it goes into for people real quick. My documentary's out there, Killing the Kids. Check it out. It's on PBS. For everybody who's always been like, yo, to kill really in the hood, kill really do this, woo, woo, woo. It's out there. Go check that out. But one of the things I do too is I run men's groups in the community. So I'll get in the hood. We'll do them in the park bench. I'm everywhere in the hood. So we do this. And what I'm going into 2006, AG, you may notice, all of y'all Nas fans, we all are, but I'm not great with exactly where it came from. He has a quote, I want to say it's off Magic, and he says we should be adjusting each other's crowns, right? It's something like that. Like we should be buying acres, adjusting each other's crowns. Going into 2026, okay, ugly. My thing for working with men in the hood is we're adjusting each other's crowns this year. So what I'm about to say, I don't want nobody to take this as hate, disrespect, whatever. I'm just adjusting your crown. Y'all gotta stop sounding like dickheads on Twitter. Y'all gotta stop talking this dumb shit. You know what I mean? And I'm adjusting your crown. I don't want nobody to feel disrespected. I'm adjusting your crown. If the only thing that we can say is, and this is no disrespect to my guy. This is my guy. We were going back and forth about Too Short, and somebody said something about East Coast bias. We got to put that away, y'all. It's been 30 years. I know New York did not play MC Hammer. I get it. But we've got to grow past that, okay? I was like, I never would really fuck with Too Short. Niggas like, oh, here come the East Coast bias. How about I just don't fucking like Too Short? Okay? If somebody says, Kill, I never liked Will Smith, do you know what's not going to come out of my mouth? Here go this West Coast bias. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Guess what? I didn't like Will Smith. I only liked their first album. I don't even like the second album outside Brand New Funk. But so we got to stop with that. This is me adjusting your crowns because y'all niggas sound stupid. And I don't like seeing other black men sound stupid. You sound stupid when you say things like, if you don't like this album, you don't love hip hop. That just sounds stupid. Let me show you what loving hip hop is. Go buy the fucking album. Because 80-90% of you motherfuckers out there talking all this shit ain't gonna buy the album, ain't gonna support the artist. So I'll say that. If you think me not liking the album means I don't love hip hop, how about if you don't buy the shit, you don't love hip hop? So again, we're just adjusting crowns to that. So some of the shit that I've seen, oh, if you don't like these beats, you never listen to Gangstar, and if you don't like this, why the fuck, when did niggas get so sensitive? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's so overly dramatic. If you don't like this album and you don't like the whole culture, we're adjusting crowns, y'all. No disrespect. We're adjusting crowns right now. Y'all niggas have got to stop sounding so fucking dumb. Because the scary part is some of y'all niggas is married. Some of y'all niggas have children. And I don't want this stupidity to pass on to the next generation. So we got to nip this shit in the bud. Read some books. Every episode of 5B, I'm pulling out a book. Here's a fucking book for niggas to read this week. Dilla time. Read a book. Get some more fucking words in your vocabulary and stop saying dumb shit like if you don't like an album, you don't like the whole fucking culture. Because guess what? When you go to the show, Nas ain't giving you no pound, my nigga. All this defending this nigga, stop being the goddamn Secret Service. Spend some goddamn time with your children. Motherfuckers can't read, but you up here on the goddamn for 96 hours arguing with niggas about is the beats good or not, but your fucking son can't read. Stop doing it. I'm just adjusting crowns, y'all. I'm just adjusting crowns. That's all we're doing this year. We're adjusting crowns. Vague, I see you with the wine, bro.
Kills adjusting crowns, I'll just knock your shit off. Like, you ain't I'm sorry, man. I always say this. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to be a kid. I was at the park jams. Y'all niggas wasn't there. Y'all wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You just wasn't. I was in Bed-Stuy, feet on the ground. I was in Queensbridge, feet on the ground. If I don't like something, even from my favorite artists, it's okay. Because they're still my favorite artists. And I have an opinion, like we all do. But this hip-hop police shit on opinions on social media, Like, stop it, dog. You wasn't in there. You when Annie Up was in the building and we was in there pushing niggas ready to fight, you wasn't there. No. You Mr. Google. That's what you are. And now you take, the information you gather from other people online and what you find across the internet and what the popular opinions are, and then you try to write yours. I mean, come on, man. But this is Kill Podcast, so I'm gonna let you can continue on,
Just scribble in a notepad and create your life. Is that what you just said?
Yo, the more what I'm just saying is, again, it's really no diss. It's really adjusting crowns. I come on Twitter to have good discussion. So what y'all about how Dre set off Straight Outta Compton, y'all about to witness street knowledge. Y'all about to witness how 4 black men, 5 or 6 if 2 more people jump on, how we can intelligently discuss an album. Because I don't want to debate it. Debate would mean I'm right, you wrong. I don't want to be right. I don't want you to be wrong. I don't want to change your mind. If you love this album, good. Love the fucking album. Like, great example. I fucking love Missionary to this day. And it's probably just me, Dre, and Calvin, the only 3 niggas who love this album. And that's okay. It's just the 3 of us. And I'm okay with that. Everybody else said this album is trash. That's cool. Whatever. That's all I'm saying is we got to just stop with the over dramatic. I don't like grown ass men being overly fucking dramatic. If you don't like this album, then you don't like hip hop. If you don't like these beats, then you never liked Gangstar. Like, what kind of equation is this? And I'm gonna stop because we gotta keep going. I just need people to start thinking for themselves. And that's really, honestly, like Word is Born to Jesus, the scary part. I tell the story all the time. Tana Talk 3 dropped. Nigga said, Kill, how many mics you give it? I said 4.5. Nigga DM'd me. My nigga, I thought you fuck with Griselda. I'm like, I love Griselda. It's like 2019. Vague used to be on the show. Niggas was like, Kill, we get tired of Griselda just because of you, nigga. You talk about them all the goddamn time. We don't like them because you like them so goddamn much. And he said, but yo, if you really fucked with Benny, you would give it 5 mics. And I was like, oh shit. That's the way you new school niggas think. You think that if you say you're a fan of something, then you have to fucking give it 5 mics. You know what that is? That to me is going back to slavery. Like, you ain't even got an opinion of your own. And I feel like that's what's happening. Like, and again, I think the album is good. I like the album. Like, I like This Is No Shots. The album is better than what I thought. But if I don't love the Premier beats, then I'm not hip hop. Or if I don't love the Premier beats, I'm hating. It's like Vague said, you can have an opinion. When Kane dropped Taste of Chocolate, niggas was like, this ain't it. Still love Kane. We'll wait for the next album. But niggas wasn't like, well, yo, you a Kaneite, so you got to say it's a 5 mic album. No, nigga, we knew how to think for ourselves. Yeah, fam, I don't know what these niggas, they got names, the Navy and the Beehive and the Barbies and the Kaneites and all that shit. Nigga, we just liked hip hop. So
what's the Nas niggas?
I call them, Queensbridge Warriors? I got names for all of them, but
Queensbridge Warriors, yeah.
Queensbridge Warriors. But all I'm saying is we're just adjusting crowns. Let's learn how to have a discussion. That was my soapbox kick. All right, boom. Wanted to get together because me and AG was talking on Sunday, and I was like, yo, we got to do a joint. You love the album, you like the album, somebody who dislikes the album. Get us all together in the same room, have a good discussion about the album. Now, AG, if I'm not mistaken, you love the album, right?
Correct.
All right. Fam, how do you, I haven't chopped it up with you because I want to do this live. How do you feel about the album? Is it a love? Is it a like? How are you all with that?
I don't know. I don't know where the line is between love and like, but what I'll say is every time, I haven't even gotten to the Conway yet. Every time I listen to this album, I like it a little bit more. And I don't know, I ain't gonna say I don't know if I'm forcing it on myself, but it's like, nah, I just like the album. So I think I would go strong, like could love it tomorrow.
All right, strong pass. You got a strong pass in your hands. Okay, got you. Veg, where are you at? Like, love, dislike?
I like it. Definitely can't say I love it, but also can't say I don't like it or I hate it. So I'm in the like category. Good album.
Right. And I'm exactly what Veg. And the problem is there are niggas online who are shitting on niggas like us because we just like it and we don't love it. So it's like, goddamn, like, I said it's a good album. It's probably gonna get 4 mics, and now 4 mics. Vague, will you explain to somebody that 4 mics in fucking 1995 was gold?
Man, listen, I was going to get that album if it was 4 mics because classic was rare. 5 mics was rare. So if you got 4, that meant that was a good album worthy of your time. So yeah, I don't think, again, another thing people Google and just decide, oh, I'm gonna add that to my arsenal and I'm gonna change the definitions. Come on, man. He wasn't there.
Right. And fam, you gotta teach me about this live stream shit. Okay, I'm shouting people out. Nick is in the building. Dutch is a BK. Duriel Moore. Yep, the K-Nights. Yep, Duriel Moore. You're 100% right. You can't win. JR is in the building. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Keep them coming. I'm trying to do both. And like my man just said, you can't win for losing. It's either a classic or it's trash. And we got to move away from that. So let's do this. Expectations. Let's just talk about our expectations for the album. I've been talking all day, so I'm gonna go last. AG, set us off. What were your expectations for this album?
Real quick, before I get to my personal expectations, if it's cool, just to that extreme mentality of everything is either classic or trash. I think where the line is, where the expectations were for this album in general, I think everybody put the stamp on that it had to be 5 mics when it came out. I think that's where the problem is. And when people like, yourselves with respect to hip hop opinions come online and said, I don't love it, I like it, and not putting the onus on you, but if you say I give it 4 mics, in your mind you're saying that's a strong 4 mics. I think that's a good album. But the people that go to you for your hip hop opinion are looking at it like, well, hell, it must be a failure. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of people out here that don't think for themselves. They don't live with the album and soak up the album for themselves. It's like a group think mentality with the Twitters and all the social medias of the world. So they go to certain people for their hip hop opinions, and they want that cosign, they want that stamp of approval. They want it from whatever podcast, the Joe Budden podcast or what have you. So if their favorite outlet says, well, I give it a solid 4 mics, and they wanted it to be at that stamp of approval of a 5, they're looking at it like, well, man, the album that I wanted to be a 5 is a failure. You know what I'm saying? It's not, because this was like a 5 robust type expectation for an album, across the board for a lot of people. Now, as far as my personal expectations, I didn't set the bar that high. This album is going on 30 years in the making. And although the album was 30 years in the making, I think people expected Nas and Preem to be who they were 30 years ago. And those are not the same thing. I think people wanted Nas to be Nas from 96 on It Was Written or Illmatic, and Preem to be Preem from Moment of Truth. You know what I mean? And then, you rebut that when they say, no, I don't expect them to be that. And then you say, well, I like the song New York State of Mind Part 3. And then they say, well, nah, that ain't messing with New York State of Mind Part 1. You're referencing a song from 30 plus years ago. So the math ain't mathing.
Let me say something with that. I think the problem with that is that, and I said this on the last episode of 5B, when you name a song
correct
after a classic song, nigga, that's on you. That's your fault, nigga. If you want to go out and say, I'm gonna make Goodfellas Part 2, you've already set the fucking bar, my nigga. You might as well just say you want to make a whole new movie, because the second you say Goodfellas Part 2, that's on you. You yourself have that's why when I saw Third Childhood, I was like, I don't know about this, y'all, because niggas are already, so they got to take some onus with that. Like, you got to know that if you come in the door, if Pete and CL get back together and they say, yo, we doing a Troy Part 2. From the time that you say that, just understand that Troy Part 2 better be the motherfucking shit. Because if it's not, you can't blame me for having high expectations, because you want to go far. It's the same shit niggas do. Your album, throw a couple of duds out there. What do niggas do? Oh, Cuban Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2. We back. Oh, Doe Die Part 2. We back. Nigga, and to get back is to get people hype again, because you only do that when you dropped a couple of duds and you realize, damn, I need to get everybody back. Nothing will get a nigga back than renaming their next album after their best album. That's what they've all done. But just understand that you yourself are raising the expectations when you do that. So yeah, niggas are gonna be like, yeah, New York State of Mind Part 3 ain't as good as Part 1 and 2, but that's because y'all could have named that something totally different. Y'all could name that Streets of New York, right? Or Queensbridge.
And I was going to get to that. I think if they would have
say nothing.
If they would have, I think it would have had a different, people would have liked it a little bit better. I say the same thing about Magic 2 all the time. I think Magic 2 would have got a better reception had it been named something different. Supreme Clientele 2, I think Supreme Clientele would have got a better reception if Ghost would have named that something different. It's a lot in a name, so I agree with that, Kill. But as far as personal expectations, I'm a big Prime 1 fan. I'm a big Royce fan. So the beats on Prime 1, that's the bar that I set for Preem, because I said it's fairly recent enough. It's not reaching back 20, 30 years ago. It's reaching back fairly, I think it's within the decade, maybe. I think that was maybe 2015, 2016. I said
about 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Prime 2, I wasn't as big of a fan of, but Prime 1, it was damn near close to 5 mics for me. I give it about 4.5.
I give it 5. That's a classic for me.
Yeah, I said, if Preem can hit that Prime 1 level on the beats, I was like, I'm satisfied. As far as Nas's task, I said, if Nas can rap on the level of what he was hit on Magic 1 and KD3 on the mic, he hit the assignment for me. And then the third thing that I was hoping for was I was trying to think of a loosely based concept, because when these two get together, I was like, what could they do as far as a theme for an album? And I was thinking in my head, it has to be hip hop centric, you know what I mean? And even they exceeded my expectation on that, as far as the ode to the graph writers, and then the women MCs and the pause tapes and all that. It captured the essence of the hip hop era, the golden eras from 87, 88 to early 90s, 93, 94. So I was even blown away that they did that only in my opinion that Preem and Nas could do. So to me, they checked every box that I wanted them to check. So they love the album, because I will put this on par or a little bit better than Prime 1 with the beats, because I think Preem is lauded for his side mission, his side quest beats, like the Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas joints, right? His Gangstar beats, the album cut joints. I think Preem only has one album that I would say is 10 out of 10 from front to back, and that's Moment of Truth. Hard to Earn, Step Into the Arena, I wouldn't even give them, I would give them 9s, even Group Home, 8 or 9s out of 10. Sunrise in the East, a lot of those joints, I wouldn't give 10 out of 10 productions. That's why I have RZA over him, because RZA has Cuban Links, he has Liquid Swords, he has 36 Chambers, 10 out of 10 beat tapes from front to back. Premo's magnum opus is Moment of Truth. So I don't know why people were expecting Light Years to be 10 out of 10 from front to back, because Preemo hasn't did that multiple times over. He's more lauded for his side quests beats, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, I think most of the albums you name, most people have it 5 mics. Group Home, Sunrises in the East, Daily Operation, Hard to Earn. I'm a Preemo disciple. When I first started making beats, that's why when niggas if you don't like this, you don't fuck with Premier. I feel nigga, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Stop.
I mean, the beats themselves, the beat tapes is 10 out of 10? The production from front to back's 10 out of 10 on those albums?
Oh, hell yeah. Daily Operation, Step in the Arena, Hard to Earn, Group Home, Sunrise. Hell yeah. That nigga was on a run. And again, I get it. That's your take. I mean, my take is this nigga is and again, like you said, if you got RZA over him, or you got Preem at 2, or wherever it is, as long as somewhere
I got Preem at 2, but I think Moment of Truth is the only front to back album production wise he has that's flawless 10 out of 10. So I think that's why, for me, I think people were expecting 10 out of 10 front to back. I think Nas was 10 out of 10 on the rhyme side of things. I think he's spitting better than Magic on this album. And I think he's spitting better than KD3 on this album from front to back. But I give Preem about maybe an 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think that's being generous, no lower than a 7 out of 10 on this. But I think Nas is making up for it with the lyrics. But Nas has, quite a few albums that's not 10 out of 10 on production either. Like Stillmatic's not a 10 out of 10.
Right, hold tight. We're going to get there. But let me get the vague. What are your expectations, bro?
All right, let me set my expectations so these Twitter niggas don't try to set them for me.
Set it on this nigga, cuz.
Right. My expectations were a little bit more neutral. Obviously, as a longtime fan of Gang Starr and DJ Premier and all his production, whether it was within Gang Starr or within the family or Big J and Nas, sure, that was a long time ago. I couldn't have those expectations because I was still listening to Preem's production today and not just Prime, right? Even the people he worked with who we don't really know like that. So I had my expectation was kind of low for production, and I was just looking to be surprised because Pete Rock still exists, and I know last year those beats were amazing, but I never wanted, Pete better have Mecca and
I was just about to pull this joint out right here.
Main ingredient. Awesome. I never really had those expectations for that album, the Auditorium joint, but I was blown away by the production that he was doing today. So with Preemo, I kind of knew what we were going to get, but I was kind of hoping that he would feel a little bit challenged by, people, naysayers, and people who say he still doesn't have it. So that's kind of how I walked into the album. Initially, I felt like, everything isn't where it needs to be. Obviously, I listened a couple of times, and some songs that I didn't really like, especially on the production side, I wound up liking because you can't help the fact that you've been listening to these guys for years. You're gonna have those expectations, no matter how old they are, and that's great. But at the same time, my expectations weren't that high, and I think one of the things is I like the fact that this album exists, that they actually did it at a time where they still could do it. I may not have gotten the premiere that I thought we could get, even if it's not from back then. But at the end of the day, there are more songs and beats and verses and everything on here that I like than what I dislike, to Kill's point. So me skipping New York State of Mind 3 doesn't make the album whack. I just don't like it. Like I don't, and it's a number of things. Some people have mentioned things in the comments like sequences and stuff like that. Those are the things I'm hearing that are off. They're just naturally off. But there's more good than bad to me on this project.
Right. Shouting out everybody. Spence is in the building.
Spence.
Mayman, Stepping Arena is a top 10 all time for me. 3.5 mics is growing on me daily though. Sean, I gave Preemo beats on his album 7.5. Nas was in the pocket on this album, in my opinion. He blew Magic output out the frame. Pete Rock killed it on Auditorium. So definitely, I'm shout out everybody in the chat. Keep it going. Fam, what about you? My bad.
Just to help you out. You said you old man. If you click on some of those comments, everybody can see him on the screen.
I will click on them.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, look at that shit. Look at this. See, this is what happens when you fuck around. I tell y'all, I'm Fred Flintstone over here, man. I'm not George Jetson. Okay.
Hey, babe, can I say something real quick on the Auditorium? I'm the inverse of, I guess, you and Kill. Like, I'm the inverse of that because I thought the Auditorium was, I like that album, but I thought the beats were a little sleepy on that album. So I'm the inverse. I like it. I didn't love the Auditorium like most people. So how y'all feel like about Light Years, I feel about the Auditorium.
Right. And the funny thing is that, I'm sorry, fam, you knock it out. What were your expectations with this?
Expectation wise was, so it's I'm almost like this with every album. Like, all right, what's the artist, right? All right, this is Nas first. It's a Nas album. You know what I'm saying? It's Nas and Premier, but it's a Nas album. So I'm already expecting it to be good, right? So you got to pass that baseline. Now you add Premier, the expectations, jump up. But what the brother said earlier is the album, this album was 30 some years in the making. And I will disagree there. Our expectations were 30 years in the making. Them niggas started making this album a year and a half ago or so. Right. And that is one of the things that scared me, because if, niggas pay attention to how people speak about Preemo, they say Preemo is notoriously a long-winded producer. Like, if you want a bunch of beats from this man, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, niggas say, you got to keep tracking Preemo down. It's why Nas took that nigga to the islands to get the album done, because he knew who he had. All that said, I expected a really, really good album, and I was not disappointed.
All right, that's dope. For me, the expectations, this album exceeded my expectations, because I had no expectations for this album. and I want people to understand, when I talk about Premier, when I say I studied Premier, vague, every Wednesday I would get off work at the radio station. I would come home, and not just for Premier, but all the great producers at that time. I literally would study the album. I would put in daily operation, and I would find, okay, what breaks was Premier using? Was he using breaks? Are these drums programmed? How does he go into his sequencing? How out after the third verse into the chorus, does he do something different? Like, my studying is different than niggas just like, oh, I listen to Gangstar. No, nigga, I just don't listen to Gangstar. Nigga, I fucking studied. What scratches is he using? What drums are those? What break beats are those? Like, I studied this shit. So for anybody out there saying, oh, Premier is my GOAT with Dilla. It's like the 1 and 2, A and B, they can go back and forth. So for anybody to even think for a millisecond that me saying I don't think Preem still has it, I feel like Preem right now is like Jordan on the Wizards. And if you watched ball, Jordan on the Wizards wasn't bad. He was a good basketball player, but he wasn't fucking Michael Jordan anymore. He wasn't great. I don't think that's up for debate. So again, when people say things like, oh, if you don't like these beats are just like Gangstar. No, the fuck they not. Please don't try to tell me anything off this album sounds like Code of the Street. Fuck all the big shit. We can go to the B-side shit. Don't tell me nothing on here sounds like fucking some B-sides off the fucking Even So What's Up, Robin Hood Theory, New York.
I don't know, man.
I mean, here's the thing, and we all have our opinions. But the thing is that these beats ain't that. Preem's drums have no swing to them. For the person who doesn't produce swing, it's like, boom, not just boom, boom. Like that MPC 60 magic, that's what they call it. Like the drum swing. Ain't no swinging on here. Ain't no dancing on this joint. These drums are like in the pocket, stale almost. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to change anybody's mind, but to me, there's no way that you could put on this album and put on Hard to Earn and be like, yo, these beats are equal. Like, I just can't see that. I have no idea how, and again, this is my producer hat on. I do want to talk just from a fan perspective. For me, I know when a beat is dope as shit, because I gotta go come in here and turn on the machine to make a beat. That shit is so fucking crazy, I want to make a beat. Ain't shit on this album making me want to make a beat. I can tell you that. I heard better beat. I like the beats on the rock joint better. That actually set my expectations a little bit. Yeah. That Armani section, nigga. When I heard that, I was like, you ain't give this to Nas?
I thought that was pretty basic.
Again, we 180 over here today.
Yeah,
I mean, which is cool. But what I do want to say about expectations, because AG, me and you were talking about this, and a lot of people talked about it. It's like, Kill, you can't expect Illmatic. And what I want people to understand is I wasn't expecting Illmatic, but I was expecting a 5 mic classic. There's a difference between the two. Great example. Hell Hath No Fury. Most people think that as a 5 mic album. Like most people. 5 mic album, right? When I heard the Clips after 16 years, we're coming back with Pharrell, I was expecting a 5 mic album from them. Did I expect it to be better than Hell Hath No Fury? No. But I can still expect greatness from people who do great shit. Those are two. The thing with, and y'all know me, I do marriage coaching. This happens all the time in relationships. People mix a whole bunch of shit up together, and it's not the same thing. So no, I wasn't expecting Illmatic, but yes, I do expect, if you're telling me Nas is the GOAT and Premier is the GOAT, nigga, fuck am I supposed to expect? Subpar shit? No. Like, if you save up your money to fucking go take your kids to see LeBron courtside, even though LeBron is in what, his 20th season, you still want to see the nigga put in some work. You still expect something out of Bron. You know what I mean? So again, this is the gift and curse of being great. When you are great, people expect greatness. Let your kids come home and always be straight A's, and then one day they come home with an F. You ain't just gonna be like, oh, okay, well, it's okay. It's gonna be like, yo, what the fuck happened? Because they've set the fucking bar for what they bring home. They have set the bar. You know what I mean? If you and your spouse, if you're used to your spouse coming home and y'all all lovey-dovey, now they come home and they ain't lovey. Whoa, what happened? What's going on here? So when you set the expectations to be great, don't get mad when people expect great shit from you.
Can I? Oh, my fault.
Hey, Veg, now I'm gonna go to you, Veg.
Yeah.
Whichever
Veg.
one. Veg, you go.
Go ahead, Veg.
I was gonna say, I'm glad you brought up the point about swing, because I did a review of the 7 albums or whatever, and shout out to Ak, and Ak, who is a producer, said the exact same thing. Boo Man, who's in this comment section, said the exact same thing. DJ Rap, who's in this comment section, said the same thing. These are producers. So it's easy, and I'm not saying anybody's saying this, but it would be easy for someone who's not really thinking about it in that way, is not really listening to the production intently in that way, as opposed to, you know, how it makes you feel. Because as an MC, I'm listening to Nas, what he's doing with his pen in that way. So some people just have ears tuned in different ways, where we're all fans, but you may not like something like the sequencing. Someone else may be like, what is that? All I know is I hear good shit on this album, and that's all I know. So everything is subjective, but at the end of the day, we got what we got. And quite honestly, this is not damning DJ Premier to hell and now he's just whack. It's just saying there was a certain bar that was set, and just coming up to that bar is good enough. But there are people who feel like it was whack. And, you know, again, I'm not one of them, but some people felt that way.
Yeah. What you gonna say, AG?
Real quick, 2 things. My biggest critique on Preemo's production, you said the swing. My thing is, he's not layering the beats as much as he used to previously. It's more kind of simple elements, you know, the voice sample scratch and simple elements. He's not putting as much sound layers in them as much as he used to. That was my main critique of what his production soundscape was. But, you know, to what your analogy was, Kill, I'm just playing devil's advocate, and I had this question for you as far as, like, you know, comparing the clips, which was a good comparison. But the Hell Hath No Fury and the New Clips album, you Let God Sort Them Out, that's more of a one-to-one comparison, you know, if you will, because granted, the Neptunes produced the last album, and this was kind of, you know, Pharrell on a solo mission producing this one. You expecting greatness again, whereas you said you wasn't necessarily looking for Illmatic, but Preem only played a major role in Illmatic, but he wasn't at the helm of the whole project, right? He played a role in doing Represent Memory Lane and New York State of Mind, but that's only a fraction of the album, which is a great portion of the album. But you have to spread that out on this project over 15 tracks. And I think that lends itself to great lofty expectations all these years later. If you're taking that small sample size on arguably the greatest hip hop album of all time and saying we're getting this all these years later, and you're expecting those 3 songs at that level over 15 tracks.
Well, the thing is we skip Illmatic. I was saying Illmatic just for Nas. We could say Moment of Truth. We could say Sunrise in the East. We could say any of the albums that Premier produced throughout the 90s. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like I said, and me being a producer, it's very hard for me to take the hat off. And like Vague said, you see all these producers in the chat. Lack of swing killed me, bro. No swing, no swing. The drums don't dance. They just don't dance. I mean, to the point that I really want to ask Preem, like, yo, what the fuck is up, my nigga? Like, what happened to the swing? Like, I have so many different philosophies on why Premier's beats have changed. The sounds have changed. Ever since Eddie Sancho, who was his engineer, left, it ain't been the same. Now, I don't know.
Eddie Sancho is real he's real talented.
Right. Ever since Eddie left, it's been kind of different. Ever since they left D&D, it's been kind of different. Ever since he got off the MPC 60, it's been kind of different.
And that's underrated, the space that you create music in. Certain magic is created in certain spaces. That's
right. You know, so again, I think the album is good. And again, like Vague said, just to go back to people in the chat, thank you for everybody tuning in and being live in here. At the end of the day, if I critique you, it doesn't mean I think you're trash. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean, like, I've had niggas tag Premier on Twitter if I'm like, nah, I wasn't feeling the beats. I'm like, God damn, niggas, you want this nigga dick that hard that you untag the nigga? Like, but again, Premier I've had plenty of conversations with plenty of producers on Twitter. There's no, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, Premier, you're in the chat. Okay, I'm sorry. No, nigga, like, what the fuck is up? I'm gonna be like, yo, what's good with the drums, my nigga? Like, because it don't swing for me. It don't swing. But let's do this. Now, you love the album, AG, so what I want to come with you, the question was, what are 3 things that you're disappointed in this album? But because you love it, I want to flip it. Like, what are 3 things that you really like about this album? But let me start with Fam and go around the other way. So Fam, you can say it any way you want. 3 things that you're disappointed in, 3 things you like. Hey, 1 thing I'm disappointed in, 2 things I like. But just to try to get into the realm of, like, because I think we all here, there's love and there's like. So there's nobody in here that dislikes the album. Nobody's calling it trash. I think we're all at a point where 4 are better. There's no need to rumble over 1 mic to get to a 5. It's a good album. So
I will say, I'll say this one thing before we get to that, like 2 likes, love, whatever. The one thing, Kill specifically, actually, Kill and Vegas specifically. Y'all ever seen that movie, Sorry to Bother You? And if you haven't seen the movie, have you ever seen the scene where the 2 brothers are like, I hope your days are great.
And yeah.
You seen that scene, right?
Yeah.
You guys, y'all are saying this is a full mic album. But if you just listen to the tone of your voice, you can hear the disappointment. Right, and so in the tone, right, is coming across, and when you hear that way, it's almost kind of. But then when y'all just said what y'all said about the beat swinging, right, it's like, okay, I get it. And it goes back to expectations. I expected this, but there are no joints on here that swing. But there are very, very good songs on this album. Right?
Question, right there. Let me pause right there. I'm going to give it right back to you. There are very good songs on this album. Is that the beat or the rhyme? Because, like, I think AG or somebody was saying in the chat, not AG, somebody was saying in the chat that Nas is what held this album together. I always say when me and Vegas come together to make an album, I want to bring 100%. I want him to bring 100%. And the album should be 200%. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be I'm bringing 50 and he's bringing 50. So what I've seen from people, and again, I'm not saying these people are right or wrong. Believe what you believe, is that Nas held this down. Like, Nas was the anchor of this album. Nas did his part. It's kind of like what we were saying about the LL album. It's like LL did his part. He understood the assignment. Q-Tip fucked up this album. That was what was like the roundabout.
You don't like The Force?
No, I think it stinks.
You know, nah.
I think it stinks.
Tip. LL understood the assignment. I just think Tip.
I like that.
LL was in his bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
LL did
production
this
was
song.
okay, but LL was in his bag though.
So I'm just asking you, fam, good beats or good songs? Because the song can be good. I'll give you a great example. When I heard, and again, it's hard for me, y'all. And vague, maybe it's the same thing with you and your pen. It's very hard for me to take the producer hat off. So as soon as I heard writers, and I'm like, oh my God, this motherfucker is using the fucking spread love break. Like, oh my fucking God. You're not gonna chop it. You're just gonna fucking loop it. And again, the average civilian has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Your ears
Spread
different.
love
Yeah.
break. What the fuck
Yeah.
is the spread love? So breakbeat people have been using since I was in motherfucking middle school. So, but here's the thing, you know what? But Nas annihilated that writer shit. The way he's spitting, that nigga brought that shit home. But again, I it's like you said, I get the question. I'm just asking, you said that they made good songs, but were the beats good?
No. So if a beat is whack, it's not for me. If the beat whack, the song ain't good, right?
Okay. All right, just asking.
If the lyrics stink, the song ain't good. If it's
Okay.
rap, that anything else is different. But I feel like I would have made some different sequencing choices. I would maybe have moved some records around because I feel like this album was back heavy. Like
LeBron
I think
is dry as leather. I love these people in the poll. I'm sorry, LeBron is dry.
That sandwich in his avatar is dry. I'm sorry, I'm just playing. But no, like I feel like the
This is a
back
good point.
end,
Nas has to approve the beats. Nas picked these beats, so
But then another thing too, sorry to interject.
That's a
Like
narrative.
Mass Appeal's like an independent label, so depending on what the budget is, Rob Markman said this in a video I saw today. Like, depending on what the budget was, if they're paying for, if some major samples is out the budget, they can only work with what they can work with,
and I
Because
mean,
Nas and AZ song had a different beat before Joe Budden said, and it didn't get cleared, so they had to use a different beat for the other joint.
I would love to see Mass Appeal's budget because De La and De La Fashion has a lot of big samples on their album. Like, one of the reasons I love the De La album is because it's a De La album, and if anybody knows anything about a De La album, is there are tons of samples, and there are the Police are on that album.
That's true.
Okay, if people know anything about sampling, Sting and the Police are notorious for charging. So that Run It Back,
and Nas was on that song.
Police.
Yeah,
There's Roy Ayers on that album. Jermaine Jackson is on. There's a ton. So I would just be intrigued to know, like, and again, the sample may have not have been clear, not because of money, but just because the person who owns it just was like, nah, I don't like what the fuck y'all are saying on it, so I'm not going to clear it. You know what I mean, too. So, but I'm sorry, fam, keep going.
I really liked the intent of the album. It might be my favorite thing other than like Nas's rhymes. The intent was, there have been a lot of good music over the last year, right? Mm-hmm. This project specifically pointed culturally, because rap music doesn't point culturally at hip hop much. It's just, we're trying to make good songs, right? This specifically was pointing at culture and saying, yo, graffiti writers, female sheet, like the process, you know what I mean, the pause tapes and there was a very intentional feel. They were trying to make you feel hip hop, right? And it's probably why you got the break that you was mad that he used, because I think all that stuff was done on purpose. These niggas was like, I want this to smell like cedar and sedgwick. Like, I want this to be like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that was their intent. And that might be one of my favorite things in this album, is that what they were trying to do is make you remember, yeah, we all love rap music, but hip hop is a culture, and it's the thing that made both of us legends into what we are.
Right. Let me say this real quick, because Will Music 6090 said it. And before y'all get carried away with this whole no swing thing, understand it's 2025, not 1995. They obviously wanted to try to reach the youth with this album. Keyword I don't like in this is obviously. Obviously, they're not trying to reach the youth. Do you think Nas and Premier made an album for the fucking 25 and under crowd. They don't fucking know who not. I work with kids, everybody. Remember this, people. I work with kids from pre-K all the way up until they graduate college. So from fucking 4 to 24. My kids don't fucking know who no Nas is. They don't know who no Premier is. They're not making this music for the youth. This is not obviously, people still use swing. If you like the Daylight album, maybe we should do a live and I can break down this shit for everybody. Because we can go over some of these Mobb Deep beats, they still use swing. This is not swing is played out. Nobody does that shit no more. Nah, nigga, this is like Jordans. We don't rock Jordans no more. It's not 1992. They was not trying to make this album for the youth with this album. You know what I mean? This was for, like Fam just said, this is for hip hop, which is one of the reasons why I love it. Fam, you make a good point because you're right. I am disappointed because I didn't expect much, but then the week of I was super hyped and I was like, yo,
that might be my fault.
These niggas could, probably is, but these niggas could give me the 5 mic because again, I got it with this. To me, I give it a strong 4.5. It may get 5. I got it with this. There were beats on this album from the time I put on Dreamin', Shy City Do It, This Man, We're on Our Way, Fortunate. Oh my fucking God. I was like, couldn't keep the machine off. So what's the joint on here? All Kinds of Ideas. When I heard that beat, I was like, God damn. You know what I mean? So I wanted 5 and I got 4. So I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed, but it's still a dope ass album. You know what I mean? But if you're, again, y'all know me and my fucked up brain, I'm not even gonna go there. If you're expecting something at the end of the night and you don't get that and you get something else, you may be like, that was cool. I really wanted. You should have just said it. I got, it's like, yo, you still good, but you are a little salty. Like, damn, I really thought I was gonna smash, but it didn't happen. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? So there is a level of disappointment, but the head was still good. Like, I'm good with that. Like, we good. You know what I mean? So I don't want you to think like, man, fucking me up, man. But give me something you like. So you like the album. You like the fact that it was very hip hop. It was driven to like the writers, the pause tapes, all those things. Give me something else that you fucked with about the album, or that disappointed you. Maybe, you were a little disappointed. I don't know, but what else you got?
So I am of two minds specifically about New York State of Mind Part 3. And I think you said it earlier, is that if they would have called it something else, it'd have been a dope joint, right? I think Preemo said that he wanted it to keep it the same tempo, right? Because all 3 songs, I guess, are the same BPM. And which is cool. And I got what he was doing with the sample, and he was trying to do something conceptually, and it didn't do what I think niggas wanted it to do. It didn't live up to or feel like the other 2, because the second one I felt like was just a flip of the first beat. This was a whole brand new joint. And I think niggas, you know what I mean? Niggas like, this ain't the house I expected. Nigga, I ordered a hamburger. You gave me a goddamn turkey burger. I ain't want no turkey burger.
Right. Great point. Boo Man sounds like he used a lot of played instruments. Even the first cut was someone playing the melody in the style that he would have chopped it. Marco Polo, very acclaimed producer, known for everything from Master Ace, Organized Confusion, crazy discography. He had put on Twitter that Preemo actually sampled his sounds for this album. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Yo, Premier sampled me," and I'm like in Twitter, like, "Hey, what do you mean he sampled you?" Like, so I guess Marco Polo has like sound kits and like sound designs that Premier sampled. And he said it was sampled on My Life Is Ill, Writers, Sons, and My Story with AZ. You know what I mean? So if you go in the credits on Apple or wherever you go, Marcos Polo's name is listed as a composer because Premier was sampling Marco Polo and not necessarily sampling records. Similar, AG, what you were talking about on Prime. I think Prime is an asterisk to me just because he sampled Adrian Young. So the fact that he had access to Adrian Young's sampling library is incredible. And this let me say this very quickly and make a thesis statement. I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. If I gave you Adrian Young's catalog to sample from, you would be fine. You would be fine because you can listen to almost every song on Prime, and when you hear Adrian Young's original, it's the same thing. And that's no disrespect because shit, Come Clean is just a loop. 90% of hip hop that we listen to is just a loop. But what I'm just saying is when you have someone's whole discography there for you to use, that's why the second Prime to me wasn't as good, because now they're using Man Wonder.
Yeah.
It's a difference. It's a big difference when you have to dig through all these records to find 15 songs versus me just saying, hey, here you go. Here's my hard drive with 150 songs that are just fucking amazing. You don't even have to, as soon as you hit play, you hear fucking the sample and it's incredible. And again, I'm not trying to take anything away because that Prime is 5 mics, but it is an asterisk for me because it's not cheating, but it's kind of cheating, you know, and I'm old. So new people like, yo, shut the fuck up. Niggas, don't nobody digging records no more. We sample all our shit off of YouTube. I know I'm the old man at the club, but that's that. Vay, give me something you were disappointed, loved, liked, or whatever. And I'm gonna come back to you, fam.
So first, as a fellow Aries, fam should know I've been waiting to talk to him about what he just said. I think at the end of the day, yeah, of course. You know, there's a little bit of disappointment because you can't help yourself. It's like you listen to these guys for years. Your expectations are going to go all over the place. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's a good album. There's more that I like and I don't. Some of that energy is just coming from these online niggas. That's where my energy is coming from. I know they're here, so I'm talking to them. You know what I'm saying? But because we didn't get to do this yet, one of the things I love, and fam said it, was I just love when I heard pause tapes, which I used to actually do, and writers back to back. It like Nick said in the comment section, the gray beard nigga in me was awoke. Okay? I was up. Once I heard that, I was like, oh, and it wasn't about the production. Like fam said, it was just about, for me, like writers, for example, I'm like, damn, Nas really did a whole song detailed. Yeah. He didn't just say graffiti or elements of hip hop, a detailed song about, he called them writers, right? Everything, keep bombing. That's a lingo. So I know some of y'all hit the Googles like, yo, what are you talking about? Because you don't know. You don't know. But
yeah, man.
And like the homie who said earlier, I will, whatever. Like, yeah, there are kids who love this brand of hip hop, will learn from it, but they made it because they're of it and they're from it. And some of us are also. So I just love the fact that what's the other joint that was like Junkie? Like I like records like that because it's like, man, he was really in that I love hip hop bag. Let me just get in that mode. Which was the same mode that Pete Rock and Common were in for the Auditorium. They said this numerous times. So that was one thing I loved. The other thing I just love that Nas was this creative at his age. He didn't have to be. He didn't have to.
He could have mailed this in.
He could have just rhymed words together. I'm rich, you're not, whatever. He could have just been on that. But to do all these different things, to shout out the ladies of hip hop in a way that they've never been shouted out, unless it was them doing the shouting out, like Ladies First and Ladies Night and all that. Typically, it's not nobody of this caliber doing that. So I just kind of love the fact that he was thinking beyond, you know, what he's done before and stuff like that. And also I liked, what's the joint?
You see Boo, man? You see Boo?
Well, Boo Man said Preem old drums would rob his new drums. Oh, this is true. This is true.
What's going on, brother?
Peace, y'all. What's going on?
Peace.
And the last thing I'll say is what I liked about the album. I just like the fact that it exists. Again, like I said earlier, I like the fact that they did it. They did it for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Some of us may have had higher expectations than others. Nevertheless, we're talking about it. Some people love it. They're gonna buy the vinyl and go to the shows, and the rollout was crazy because they were at the NBA Cup the other night, you know what I'm saying, with AZ. So I just like the fact that they did this. It caps off this 7-album run, and for the most part, you know, I was satisfied. So
sounds like the type of album that a guy who funds the hip hop museum would make.
I mean,
yeah, what's going on, good brother? We just sitting here talking about the album. What's your take on the album? You've got AG next to you who loves the album. Fam is kind of in the middle between like and love. Me and Vegas are a strong like. Where are you coming in with this album?
I'm a strong dislike Hill coming in from the rear. Strong dislike.
Let me know. I'm not. I already knew where you were going. Don't do it. Ev, you can't say shit around this nigga. It's pause. You can't say I just came from outside. Pause.
Say whatever around me.
Pause,
I just put my P hat on. Oh, pause. A P hat. Come on, nigga. A P? You got a penis hat? Come on, man. So
that's not.
You said you coming in from the rear. When you said you coming in from the rear, I was like, I already know there's a pause coming right now.
Yeah, man, it's I give it 2.5 out of 5.
Damn.
My issues with the album is, well, number one, let me not start there, because I told Kill when I did this, I didn't want to come in and just shit on the joint, because I think it's an important project. Nas has done a lot for hip hop. I think, you know, the way he's represented himself on this album is pretty dope. You know, I like conceptually, I like the concepts of the songs. I don't necessarily like the execution of what Nas did lyrically. I don't like the execution of what Preemo did beat-wise. It's not trash. It's not a trash album, but to me, it's not really a good album. That's the reason why I put it like a 2.5, maybe a 3. I think 3 is kind of a stretch for me a little bit. But yeah, man, just, you know, I give a quick thing because I'm sure y'all went through everything.
No, we got comments over here, so we just.
Oh, okay. Yo, man, and I agree with this person right here, man. I always say Preem's best work was with Eddie Sancho. So when Eddie Sancho left, I don't know what happened to the sound, but the sound definitely changed. As a person who does mixing, I would say the mixing engineer is definitely an important thing to have on any project. But as far as like what Nas and Preem did, I feel like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it was rushed. I don't know if not. I don't know. Kill, you said, you know, you've mentioned that, you know, Nas probably wasn't necessarily all the way into the album, all the way excited to do this album with Preemo, which I agree with. I don't understand. Like, I've heard other Nas things. His delivery on this album and some of the writing, just I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of it at all. But conceptually, I like some of the concepts of the song. I think some of the concepts of the song are really dope. I just wish they were executed better. And as far as Preem, it's hard for me to say this because Preem has been, as sure as most people, one of my top producers of all time. So, you know, you know, everybody has a hit and a miss, but I feel like I'm getting a lot of miss from Preem on this particular album. So, like I said, it's not trash, but it's not nothing that I'm going to listen to next week. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm not going to do it.
Now, I can't say, to echo Ev's, this is an album that I won't hold y'all. I'm making myself listen to. Like, I'm making myself go. De La, perfect example of an album I am not making myself listen to. I wake up every morning. I love it so much. It's my wake up ringer. Like, 3 of the songs is, I don't have to make myself. Whereas with this album, I'm like, let me tap back in with this Nas. Let me give it another run. Like, let me give it another run. And I like it. But I can say that this is a 4-mic album that I could probably tell you 6 months from now, I'm not going to be listening to this. Like, you know what I mean? Like Vake said, I think Writers is amazing, what he did with it. I think that's flat out amazing, but there are some great songs on this album that I would pull to like make a best of Nas mixtape, but I can't see me listening to this album a year from now. Like, and I think what Fam was talking about, to me, that's some of the disappointment maybe in my voice, because I know I'm gonna be listening to this Clips next year. Shit, I'll be listening to this Clips. Shit, my whole family loves this whole fucking Clips album. I know I'm gonna be listening to this Common Pete next year. You know what I mean? And it is kind of disheartening for me to say that two of my favorites don't get into that category, because I like Nas and Premier more than I like Pharrell and Malice and Pusha. I like Nas and Premier more than I like Pete Rock and Common. So it is kind of salty for me to be like, damn, these, you know, we finally get this album and it's not something that I know I'm going to be listening to or I get excited to listen to. You know what I mean? You want to say something, AG?
I was just laughing because I said run the tape because you said the same thing about KD1.
No, now, and I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Everybody watching, AG reminded me that I did not like KD1. And my man God out of Chicago, shout out God.
I Am God, yeah.
He's out there, I Am God. He said, Joe, I challenge you to listen to it. I listened to it again. I love KD1. So I'm taking your challenge, AG. Like, I'm listening. I'm still listening. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's why I'm saying I'm making myself do it, because you challenge me. And if people challenge me, I'm down for it. You know what I mean? So I am continuing to listen to it because you said, Kill, keep running it. You know, if you said, Kill, give it a week. And if you, after a week, you don't fuck with it no more, so be it. You know, and I owe that to you as a head and somebody I respect, that if they said, yo, Kill, I challenge you. So I won't hold you. It does get better, because I think maybe when it dropped, it was at a 3.5. I would probably end it with a 4. So I'm going to keep going with it. And I think we did a show about Apartment 5B about this. Is it okay if an album doesn't land with you the first listen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. That was To Pimp a Butterfly. Remember that first listen? We was on that.
Yeah, me and Ab hated down. We was like, this some shit. This some bullshit. This wagon shit. 48 hours later, we was like, yo, Kill, I think I like it. Like, me too. I think it's a classic. So, yeah. So, for me, one of the things, I think the thing that I'm most disappointed in is Preem. It's just Preem. Like, I think Nas did his job. I just wish Preem, I just wish there was a little more refreshing sound in Preem. And that's just something that I don't get. Like, even the Ransom EP, there's like 3 songs I like, 3 songs I'm not a fan of. There's just something missing. Like I said, Veg, I think you talked about the Auditorium. I wasn't expecting Straighten It Out from Pete Rock. I wasn't expecting True Master from Pete Rock. I just wanted some banging ass beats. You know what I mean? And again, like my man right here saying, Nas picked the beats. You know what I mean? But again, here's the thing that I want to know. What did Premier play him? Okay, maybe he picked the best of the. You ever go shopping for a lemon or like vegetables and shit? Like when T goes shopping for that shit, she really be looking at tomatoes. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you looking at? Just put it in the bag. No, she's looking for specific things. Maybe this was the best that Preemo played for him. I don't know if y'all keep up with Preem's joints. He has something called, what they call beats that collected dust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The last one he dropped, and we were in LA for Profit, and I'm listening to it in the hotel room, and I'm like, yeah, I know why these collected dust. I know why nobody picked these fucking beats. I know why. And that's not a shot. Here's the thing, y'all. We got to stop with this Erykah Badu punk ass smooth shit. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Once you hit that return button and you upload it to SoundCloud, you have now entered the realm of niggas critiquing your shit. If you're too fucking weak to hear somebody say, I don't like it, or that's not good, keep that shit in your car with your niggas from around the fucking way. But
hold on, Kill. Because if it were just a situation where niggas was like, oh, I heard it and it's whack and it comes from certain places. But now, right, with the addition of social media, is niggas were listening to have a take on the album, right? And you saw it. Like, I know I saw it. Yeah. Is niggas was like, it was 12:01, and niggas said, oh my God, knew it. This nigga, like, it was 12:01. I'm like, how you already have the opinion at 12? And it was like, niggas are listening, and that's what just happens, right? Is some folks are truly like listening and be like, dang, I wish this was better, or dang, this is dope. A lot of niggas come on here and be like, you know what I really could say? I could say, man, Preemo's getting killed on this album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I feel like a nigga like Mickey Facts. I almost said Mickey Free. Mickey Facts.
Why is too much Dave Chappelle, nigga?
But like, I feel like so yes, you put your art out and now it's out in the world and there's nothing you can do about it, right? But I would say some of the folks that are giving their critiques, specifically the niggas on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, are there not with like a genuine like critique of the album, but you see a lot of niggas with just takes. I'm getting takes off.
Right.
Can I say something to that?
Yeah, give me one second.
No, go ahead, Kill.
I saw a nigga who on Monday already had this as the album of the year. I said, God damn it, nigga ain't dropped yet. How the fuck is it album of the year? And it's Monday. It don't drop till Friday. He said, because I got so much goddamn belief in them niggas, it's the album of the year. I said, God damn it, I hate you, Twitter motherfucker. AG, what you got, bro?
I think I got a theory and I want to ask y'all about it. All right. So there's twofold things. Remember when the Twitter reveal came out that a lot of these hip hop accounts was like in Indonesia and all that? You know what I'm saying? I'm putting cases out on a lot of these hip hop ass tweeting or whatever, because a lot of these same hip hop accounts that's tweeting that they hate the album and Premier sucks and all this is the same cats that refused to listen to the Hit Boy run and was saying the Hit Boy was whack because they were saying, yo, Nas needs to link up with Premier. He needs Premier. Get away from Hit Boy. This 6 album run or whatever, what have you, is whack. He needs to get with Premier. And as soon as he gives us the Premier album, because we kept, asking for it, then it's like, oh, he needs to run back with Hit Boy. So, Elon or whoever needs to do another Twitter reveal on them, you know what I'm saying, to like expose them or whatever and dig up their old tweets. So that's one side of the thing. But the other part of it is this. I think this is Illmatic. It was written all over again, but in reverse. And I'll tell y'all why. Because it's like subconscious classic conditioning. Because going from one thing to the next is jarring. And I think the Hit Boy sound over 6 albums in such a short time span in 3 years, regardless if you rock with Hit Boy or not, if you was tapped into that sound, that lush, production and the soundscape, you know what I mean, and the layers of his beats or whatever, even if you're a Preemo guy, if you got locked into that sound that Hit Boy was providing for Nas and he was in that pocket, if you're like a boom bap Preemo guy and then you resort back to the stripped down boom bap sound of what Preemo was supposed to be giving Nas, and they really haven't tapped in with each other since Second Childhood back in 2001. Because I mean, if Beat Breaks and Define My Name is really kind of like warm-ups for this, if you will. They haven't tapped in really since 2001. Then like Hit Boy and Nas has 6 albums, and then you come back to Preemo tapping in with Nas. That's a jarring transition. That's like a hard left going back to like an old sound, and it's like an ode to hip hop, and it's taking it back to an essence in an era that the soundscape was something totally different over the 6 album run with the King's Disease. The only thing remotely close to that was Magic 1. You know what I mean? What Hit Boy created. So if we got this subconscious classic conditioning, for a lot of listeners, regardless if you know it or not, it's a kind of a jarring transition. So do y'all think that's why a lot of people, I know it's the bare bones of like Preemo ain't producing like he used to, but do you think for a lot of people it's that, hard left, it gives you whiplash here in the transition?
I don't know if it's here in the transition, because keep in mind, we heard KD 1 and 2, and then we heard Magic, you know what I mean? Which was the Boom Bap album, you know what I mean? And I don't remember anybody being, when they heard Magic, I remember that shit, it dropped in December, 2 years ago? It dropped right at
Christmas Eve, yeah.
Almost, yeah, like it dropped right then. nobody had a jarring like, oh shit, this nigga Hit Boy is in the Speechless 4016, you know what I mean? Meet Joe Black lane. Like the shit just fit. It was like, yo, this is. It made niggas even get more excited because it was like, yo, okay, this ain't the KD shit. This some straight boom bap speak. So
Hit Boy doesn't really have a style. He's a chameleon. He like does,
which is dope. Which was dope for him because I gained a lot of respect for Hit Boy over this 6 album run because he was able to go into his boom bap bag. I just think, to your first point, I think it's one of those things where people like a name. That's just what it is. Okay, Toyota and Lexus, same fucking company.
Yep.
But niggas will pay $30,000 more for the Lex than the Camry because of the name. Infiniti, Nissan, same shit. There was one time that the Infiniti Jeep was the exact same as the Pathfinder. Same fucking model, like nothing any different. Same fucking car, 15,000 difference because of the name. People love a name. And people have been wanting Nas to get with Premier for over 30 years. So people love the name. I remember when Magic dropped. You know how many niggas got at me that night? Like, yeah, killer, I told you the motherfucking Preemo still got it. Listen to that motherfucking jawn wave guides. And I'm like, nigga, Hit Boy did that. Premo's just doing the scratching. And it was like, oh, okay. Okay. No, nigga, like Hit Boy got that shit. Give that nigga his props.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if we put Magic versus this, that ain't even a competition to me. This ain't even close, in my opinion, to what Magic is doing. You know, Nas' pin on that fucking Magic shit, Meet Joe Black, them shit's crazy. But again, like you said,
I think he's rapping better on this than Magic.
I mean, I feel you, but I think at the end of the day I think something that you were alluding to or something that I've seen is that people didn't give any of the KD or Magic run 5 mics, but then are giving this 5 mics. And I'm like, it's a little fucking fishy. And it all comes down to a name, Premier. One of my homeboys is a big Ninth Wonder fan. He came over to the crib once. You know what I did? I played him my fucking beats, and I said they was a Ninth Wonder beat tape I got. This nigga's jumping up and fucking down. This motherfucking Ninth Wonder's the fucking GOAT. He's the best goddamn producer ever in the fucking history of the world. I told you, Kill, you always fucking hating on Knife. Motherfucking nicer than you. Nigga, they my beats.
You a rotten nigga, man.
I'm a rotten ass nigga. Because sometimes you gotta do shit to niggas. Because guess what? Niggas be lying. Niggas be on niggas' dicks. Okay? So when I said that they was my beats, it was like, oh, you got some shit. No, nigga, I don't got no shit. I'm the GOAT, motherfucker. I'm the best producer fucking ever. That's what you just said when you thought they was Ninth beats. But then when you found out they was my beats, I just get a pound and I got some shit. Nah, my nigga, get off that nigga dick. So at the end of the day, people just wanted this Nas and Premier album. I swear to you, AG, on my life, right hand to God. Nas, Preem could have beatboxed for fucking 10 songs. And niggas would have been like 5 mics. 5 mics. Just because it's Premier. I beatbox on one song, shit, whack. Kill can't beatbox no more. Fuck wrong with this nigga. Preemo do it. Oh, fuck it. Oh, no, 5 mics. 5 mics. Gotta give Preemo 5 mics. So I don't think it was anything jarring because there were no complaints when Magic dropped. Not one. I did not see one tweet about anything negative about Magic. Veg, did you?
No.
I was
like everybody was, agreed that it was a really dope album. And again, to that point of Wave Guys, that's the most Preemo sounding beat that didn't really sound old. And that's kind of what I wanted Preemo to do was, again, he can try new things. I'm not telling he's an artist at what he does. So I'm not telling him to try new things. But that's an example of the freshness of how production can be. And again, I hear everybody, maybe that's what Nas picked. Maybe that's what Preemo gave him the pick from. You don't know. We know what we got. We have opinions about it. So,
right. And I think the other thing, the reason why for people watching, a lot of people thought Preem did Wave Guys because he uses the same drums Preemo used for Group Home's Living Proof. Right. So that's one of the reasons why people thought, oh, Premier did that joint. And then you hear the scratching. So I get the equation, like, oh, those are the drums the Premier used for Living Proof. Oh, the scratching. Kill, I told you, Preemo still got it. No, that's not Preem. It was the same thing with Nas Locomotion. Niggas were like, oh, Large Pro killed that beat. Nah, nigga, that's no ID. Nah, Large Pro did that because he talking on the chorus. No, Nas called the nigga Large Pro and said, come to the studio. Don't bring your SP12. Don't bring no drum. Matter of fact, nigga, I just want you to talk. Word? You just want me to talk? Like, to me, that's like, tell me you don't want me to be on your album without telling me you don't want me to be on your album, nigga. Like, you want me to come to the studio and just talk? Nigga, I'm a producer. AG, that's like if you a chef and I say, yo, AG, come over the crib. Okay, Kill, what you want me to make? You want me to fry chicken, make back to... Nigga, can you just stop and get the ice cream? Can you just stop and get the ice cream on the way over? Like, that's it. That's a hint and a half, nigga. We don't want you cooking no more. Because if we did, we'd be like, yeah, bring the fucking potato salad. We love it when you make the potato salad. Nah, nigga, just come and just talk on my song. Bro, what's good, brother? How you feeling about this album, man? Like it, love it, dislike it. Where you at?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good.
I like it. I didn't at first. I ain't gonna hold you. The first listen, I was like, man, I don't know. But as I listened, yeah, it's good. I like it. It's not 5 mics, but I like it.
All right. Were you disappointed?
Initially, yeah. But like, I had to like give it more listens, and then I had to like think it was like the expectations and all that, like, but I had to like really think back, like my expectation. I got caught up in it because initially I'm like, I don't know what people expect a Nas and Preemo album to sound like in 2025. Like what are we really expecting? So when I kind of came to that realization, and I just listened, it's dope. It's dope, but
let me ask you a question, bro. Do you remember when you found out the sample from Common's Fortunate, how hype he was, and you called me?
Yeah.
What did you think of the Auditorium?
The album? I loved
the album. You loved it.
Yeah.
Producer from Premier's days.
Yeah. It's like I think
I just want people watching to pay attention to this. Premier and Pete kind of popped up on the scene around the same time. Common and Nas popped up on the scene around the same time.
I think on the Auditorium though, I think Common did pretty good, but I think Nas did really good on his album, you know what I'm saying? And then I think Pete did better than Premier. Like, it's like the reverse.
Right. It's like, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So it's a wash.
What, the albums?
You mean like they cancel each other out?
Yeah, Kill, if you saying you favor Premier, if you favor Pete Rock on the production side on the Auditorium, if Nas is out rapping Calm on, you know what I'm saying, Light Years, then it's a wash, essentially. It's just all in what you favor, you know?
Yeah, if you use that equation. My equation coming from Morgan has always been, I got to drive from Morgan to Philly, and I can only take one CD. If I can only take one CD, I'm taking the Auditorium. It ain't even...
You're a producer, though.
No, but I mean, even with my hip-hop producer hat off, I think the Auditorium is a better album than this one is.
You listen to with a producer here, though. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, no, but I'm just saying, again, Nas is a better MC than Calm, but Calm is spitting on this.
He's spitting. This is
the best that I've heard Calm. So again, if you use the equation of Pete did better and Nas did better, so then it's an even, but then it still comes down to if you got to drive for 3 hours and it can only take one CD.
You're saying it's a better marriage.
I'm saying that this is, I'm saying it's a better marriage for me. And I know for you, you're the exact flip. You would take the Light Years joint.
Yeah, I just think the beats was sleepy on the Auditorium for me. Like, and Pete, I think the soul sample lends better for his longevity than Premier's style, over, a long period of time. But Pete's in my top 10 still, but the Auditorium just came off a little sleepy to me though. But and that's kind of Calm's voice, and then how the style of the beats were. But it's still a dope album. I had that album at about a 4.5. So
all right, the
Auditorium, as far as a production, I'm not saying, because I think the production was good. It wasn't like amazing. Like the beats was cool. Like, I wasn't blown away by Pete's production on that joint, but it was just he wasn't bad. He was good, but it wasn't like mind blowing. That that one sample was mind blowing to me because of where he got it.
How you
flipped it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Vague.
What
Was
did
there anything else? No.
everybody else think of that album though? I ain't.
What, the Auditorium?
No.
Oh,
Like,
AG loves it. Fam loves it, likes it with a pass. Me and Vega like it. Ev dislikes it. Ev, talk to me more about what do you think you would have wanted from this album? Like, what got left out from you? Like when it's Thanksgiving dinner and fucking Aunt Peaches brought the mac and cheese and she tried some new shit that she should have tried before Thanksgiving. Like, what did you want more from the mac and cheese?
I wanted a good album. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, I understand that, you know, this album is, you know, at least 2 decades behind the time frame that everybody was looking for. And I understand everybody's older, but I still feel like, you know, Nas can still put out quality work. Preem can still put out quality work. I don't think this album is necessarily quality work. I feel like Nas on this joint, and I feel like it's because of both of them. Like, I feel like, yes, Preem definitely fell short on the production side. I feel like Nas fell short on the rhyme side. I don't feel like he's really riding the beats like that. I feel like even some of his choices on certain production and how to attack it, I don't think is well. I don't think he's in pocket. I think he's like putting a lot of words together. Like I said, the only thing I really liked that what Nas was doing was the concepts. I feel like he has some really good concepts in there. But as far as the execution, I feel like it was lackluster. And yeah, I just, you know, for me, if they was going to do it, regardless of, and I get it, everybody wants you to do this project and they've been on your heels forever. But if it's not good, just don't put it out. It's like, all right, you know, what's the worst thing that can happen? People going to talk about you. Going to talk about you either way. It don't really matter. But I don't feel like it was a quality thing. I also feel like, I don't know if they had this, but this album makes me want to bring back the A&R. I feel like they needed somebody else in the room to be like, nah, don't do that. Try to do this. Nah, that's cool, but I think you can do that a little bit. I think you can do a little better than what you did. I think, you know, unfortunately, it's like the first time somebody cooks a dish and it's just accepted by everybody in the room. And it might not be a good dish, but everybody's just accepting it. So it's like, yo, you can actually, if you go back and try this again, you can probably get this mac and cheese a little bit better than you had it the first time. But I don't know if they had somebody in the room to do that. One, because, you know, we're talking about 2 icons in hip hop. So it's not too many people that's going to have a difference of opinion with them, number one. And so I don't know if that plays a role. I'm not saying that it did. I'm not sure if it did or if it didn't, but I just feel like, yo, man, I'm just not a fan of this joint.
No, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Let's look at this right here. I know one of the things that not necessarily disappointed me, but I think it kind of goes back to AG, what we were talking about, expectations, not taking 30 years to make this album. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know if we have to remember this, y'all. I know people forget everything, but y'all remember when the Popeye's chicken sandwich first came out and niggas was getting killed for them sandwiches and like the fucking wait time was like an hour and a half. Like, and I remember my man got one and he was like, man, that shit was whack. And I said, he was like, I had to stay in line for an hour and 45 minutes for that chicken sandwich. Ain't no goddamn chicken sandwich worth no hour and 45 minutes. But I'm like, bro, again, you're mixing 2 things together. Was the sandwich good? I don't think there's any food on this earth that's worth waiting an hour and 45 minutes for. I don't care how good the cheesesteak is. I don't care how good the steak is, how good the shrimp is. I'm not waiting nowhere for, you know, an hour and 45 minutes. But it was like, is the chicken sandwich good? I think that if this was their 3rd album, it's a good album. I just don't think it's a great album. I think for it being the first. So like, let's say if Nas and Premier did an album back when the Scratch Magazine joint started. You know what I mean? And then they did another album around 2010, and this is their 3rd album. I think I wouldn't be disappointed. So family, your point about the disappointment you hear in my voice, it is because this is the first album. It is because I remember Veg, I brought the Scratch mag. I was in Harlem with C, where fucking Jimbo's getting cheeseburgers, and I'm reading it. I'm so hype. I'm like, yo, babe, we about to get this album. Like, yo, it's really coming. That shit was 24 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's hard when you make somebody wait this long. If a joint makes you wait a year to smash, nigga, please don't nobody sit here and tell me your expectations ain't gonna be high. Let's not play that game, okay? right? Can I get a nod? I know niggas is married, but y'all could just blink. Y'all don't have to do nothing. Just blink, and it's okay. Fam, like hell yeah. If a joint make you wait a year to smash, you are expecting some good ass shit. Let's
Rich
stop
Cracker
playing.
Syndrome. That's what Ed said, right? Rich Cracker Syndrome.
All I know is you are not gonna be like, I don't waited a year. It's gonna be cool. No, nigga, it's not. So again, I just think it's like if you make somebody wait 30 years for something, nigga, we are gonna be expecting greatness. And again, this ain't coming from fucking, and this is no disrespect to these people. This ain't coming from Elzai and Black Milk. This is not that. This is two of the greatest MCs and producers ever. I don't understand how you can't have high expectations for that.
The only problem with that analogy, Kill, is I'll flip it on his head, like, you know, using the Hit Boy run as an example. Like KD won their first time linking. By the time you shake off the lack of chemistry, you know, when you're figuring each other out, you get to like the Magics and the KD3 and you really know each other's, like, you know, you catch each other's rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Like if this was Preemo and Nas's third outing, for me, I would have higher expectations
for it. Okay.
You know, from a chemistry standpoint and a working together standpoint. Because like I said, this is their first time tapping in with each other since 2001. If you're not counting, you know, beat breaks and Define My Name as a warm-up. Because like Fam said earlier, you know, if Nas is touring, he's doing business ventures, he's doing all these different things, and Preem's on tour and he's elusive, and Nas had to track Preem to the Bahamas to lock in. Like, I don't know if all y'all seen the Joe Budden interview, but they listed off the songs that they created while they were in the Bahamas, and those are the hottest songs that were on the album. So if that Bahamas tenure would have been a little bit longer, then we're for sure probably looking at a 5 mic classic across the board, like, you know, as far as everybody agreeing that it's a 5 mic classic, if they would have just got the chance to lock in a little bit longer. But I think that they were trying to meet the December deadline to be in line with the Legend Has It campaign, you know, on the release schedule or whatever. But, you know, as far as the chemistry goes, I think if they would have had more time and, you know, as far as scheduling, if they had more cracks at it, I think, you know, I would expect more after 2 or 3 runs, but I think this should be a one-off.
Yo,
I'll say this.
Can I just say this real quick?
Yeah, you got it.
I think we're giving them too many passes.
Yeah,
I think we're giving them
way
too many passes. I think it's okay to have expectations. I think if you have other groups, like say, all right, I'm gonna take De La, for instance. You got Posdnuos, who can come out with an album, who can write incredibly, who's in pocket. If he can do it, everybody else can do it. So I don't know, like I get it, I understand there's things that happen behind the scenes that everybody doesn't know that contributes to how a project becomes to be what it is. But I think that goes back into, well, is it finished being cooked? Is it ready to be served? Or do we need to take this thing back and make some adjustments and make some more changes to it? Because if you're gonna put it out, I can't give you something and tell you like, oh man, I painted your house, but man, my ladder broke, so this part is kind of fucked up, and then I was sleeping the other day and I was kind of high. So it's like, I can give you all of that, but at the end of the day, the product that I'm serving you is either going to be quality or it's not going to be quality.
So we saying it wasn't quality. Is that what we saying?
I'm saying it wasn't quality. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody, but I'm saying I feel like it wasn't quality.
Well, to be fair, Paz and De La, they've been working on that album off and on since 2019.
Yeah, but Nas been rhyming since 1980 something, and Preemo has been producing since 1980 something. Like, they're still craftsmen in what they do. So to be a craftsman in what you do, you should be, even if there's not synergy there, and if the tracks aren't complete, and if it's not where it should be, then take it back to the lab. Don't put it out yet. There's no, like, neither one of them is really needing no check from this album being out. So there's no reason to kind of rush the process. And
I'll say this too. My thing with going with Nas dragging Preem to the Bahamas. Here's my thing. Nas has had Premier's fucking number since 1991, right? If Nas wanted some Premier beats, he could have got some Premier beats all these years, right? AG, right?
Oh yeah. I
He
mean,
could have got beat.
he said it
And-
himself. They've been asking him for 30 years to do it.
But here's the thing. I wasn't calling you, my nigga. What does that tell you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been on Nas to do it. Preem has been.
No, fam. Here's the thing, fam. Here's the thing. You in Baltimore. When I said, yo, me and bro coming up to do cheesesteak show, fam, you should come out. Why'd I give you the invite? Because you my nigga. I fuck with you. I want to hang out with you. So
right. But if you wanted to have a straight lace show, you wasn't gonna call me, right? But if you wanted to have a funny, this nigga cracking joke.
No, I don't care about you and your pause jokes, bro. I like you. I just wanted you to come through. I didn't get you for the fucking comedy. I'm just saying you a cool nigga.
No, but what I'm saying is he's not gonna call Preem when he's working on, well, I kind of want to do the nasty Nasir record, but Esco, like I want to go make these Esco records. If he's going to make some Esco records, I don't think Preem whack, and that's not why I'm not calling him because he's Preem whack. I'm not calling Preem because I'm not calling Preem because I'm not making Preem records, and I think that's more of what the non-call is. I don't think he's not getting a call because they think or niggas think Preem whack. Niggas just want to make different kind of records.
Well, to that point,
hold on for a second, AG. So the thing is you're making records, but Premier can't never. So Locomotive is an Esco record? Nope, not at all. That shit is boom bap to the core. There's a lot of boom bap on Life is Good. You want to know why Nas said Preemo didn't make the record? Oh, I was going through a divorce and I was just hanging out with divorce producers, No ID, Salam Remy, fucking Swiss. So now a nigga got to get divorced to get on your album because there's boom bap on Life is Good. We're not going to sit here and act like Nas ain't done no boom bap since Stillmatic, since Second Childhood.
He addressed this on the Joe Budden interview. Like, I mean,
I'm sure
Joe
he did.
asked him. Joe asked him why this didn't happen sooner.
Niggas be lying too. Let's keep that in mind.
Niggas lie.
Let's just. I know he did. I'm sure he did, and I'm sure it may be a lie too. I just want to keep in mind that we all know niggas lie. All of us know niggas lie. There are 3 people in each one of our lives, and there's 6 of us. That's 18 lying ass niggas. We know. So just because you interview somebody and Nas said, "Oh, this is the reason,"
he hit us with the J. Cole man.
Niggas lie. Like, yeah, that ass. Like, there are 18 lying ass niggas that we all know right now, and Nas
you got to multiply by.
So that's all I'm saying is just because a nigga said it, don't mean it's the truth. Watch this, everybody. I make $280,000 a year. No, the fuck I don't. I just lied, everybody. Guess what? I got 489 pairs of sneakers. I fucking just lied. Look at that. 2 lies in 8 seconds.
He might got
so niggas lie. So, and again, I get it because you don't. Here's the thing. And when I do shows with Easy, I'll hit him up and I'm like, yo, do you want to be on this show? Because I know you're kind of in the game. You're with terminology. You're with static. I don't want to ask questions that could put you in a predicament that could fuck up your music because niggas are sensitive. If Easy got on and maybe he didn't name Static Selector as a top 5 producer, Static may get in his feelings and be like, nah, nigga, I don't fuck with you. So even with Trey Lee, I've had people pull me up like, yo, dog, I need you to kind of chill with the fuck shit you be saying on Twitter, bro. Like, I'm with these niggas and like, if you want, no, I'm dead ass, true story. Like, niggas have said like, yo, you want me to get these beats to these niggas, but you like kind of, you always on your drum list rank. But I can't, that's me. Like, I'm good. If I don't sell no beat, I'm good. I one thing is I can't be silenced. Now, if a nigga said, yo, Kill, Nas is here and you talk greasy, I can get you 8 beats tonight. I'll shut up for now. There's a check with that. For these drumless motherfuckers, there ain't no check. These niggas don't. Your favorite rapper don't want to pay for beats. Trust me. Trust me. Your favorite rapper. So again, I get it that you can't say, Nas can't come out and say like, yo, I just don't like Premier's beats like that. You can't. I mean, when I say it, I'm the devil. People call me the fucking worst thing ever if I say, yo, I'm not feeling the beat. So you can't publicly come out and say, I've said that, me and that was talking. You think Kobe Bryant didn't think at his peak he was better than Michael Jordan? He's not going to say that shit in an interview because you can't shit on Mike, but turn off the mics and that motherfucker be like, I'll bust Mike's ass. Fuck you talking about. Stop talking dumb to me. So when the mics are off, you get one thing. When the mics are on, you get another thing. So I'm just saying, I just don't think it's a coincidence that we haven't had. When did Stillmatic come out? Second Childhood? When was that?
2001, right?
2001. We ain't heard a Nas and Premier beat for what, 24 years? But Nas busy. He got a casino. But he found time to go to LA and do 6 albums in 3 years with Hit Boy. Look at God. Look at God. Look at how God works. Come on, y'all.
He's not obligated to do songs with Preemo. Like
he's not obligated, but if the shit is dope, wouldn't you want to be?
But I'm saying, like, are you saying that? Are you implying?
Am I saying that the industry doesn't fuck with Preem anymore? Yes, that is what I'm not implying it. I'm saying
you're talking about Nas. You saying
Nas? Yeah, I'm saying Nas does not fuck with Premier's beats like that. Yes.
Okay.
But he fucks with No ID. He fucks with Hit Boy. He fucks with all these other people. Why wouldn't you call Premier? Everybody loves them two together. Everybody wants them together. If the nigga still Preem had a beat for the Jay's Black album. And Jay was like, yo, the beat just did not fit the album. And I was pissed. I was like, man, fuck Jay-Z, man. Motherfucker, Preem, the beat wouldn't fit the album. Years later, 50 got on the beat, and I heard the beat, and I was like, yeah, that shit wasn't gonna fit the album. Nah, bro. Like, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna say, Veg?
No, I was just gonna say that, I mean, I think at the end of the day, we can't isolate these artists, MCs, especially of this caliber, as just niggas rhyming and niggas making beats. There are some people out there who just do that. This is a record industry. There are plans. There are people that you don't know, that you don't see on the camera, that play a role in decision making. And then it's not always about what's dope and what's hot and how many mics. And Nas is not he's a smart individual as public relations goes. Why would you say that?
Yeah, of course.
You just did an album together. You, even if you felt that, you would not say in that moment when you're promoting this new album together that you hadn't worked with him because you didn't like the beats. You're not going to say that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you have to give an answer that you don't even have to lie. You can give an answer that really speaks to this union, this album, what we did together today and not the past. And that's the important way to do it. So I look at it like, and again, I work in media. I don't know about everybody else. I'm not saying other people don't. I'm just saying this is real life. We know people in the record industry. This is real life. Like, everything ain't just gonna be about, what's dope and what's whack. Sometimes it's just a plan. And like somebody said earlier, the plan was kind of to like make an ode to hip hop. Cool. Like Ev said, the execution could have been better, and there's nothing wrong with that. Right. The execution on a jump shot to win a game could have been better. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Jordan missed, LeBron missed, Kobe missed. There's nothing wrong with that. So trying to psychoanalyze and say people don't know what they're thinking and all that dumb shit, that ain't the real world. Because we work and live in the real world. And you don't have to believe me. You can come the way I work. You can listen to Strictly Hip Hop back in the days. I'm the same person and I spit. So I know what it takes to do some of these things, but I know if I make a song about something that I'm interested in and nobody likes it and most people say it's whack, maybe it wasn't a calculated decision on my part, but at the end of the day, I don't see myself as a failure, and I don't think nobody else should, because it's art. That's what happens with art. It's put out there to be embraced, rejected. We hate it now, we love it later. That's just how the shit works. So I think in some ways with social media, we can overanalyze things when it just is what it is. Some people like it, some people love it, some people hate the shit, and that's okay.
And that's the
you like it.
And that's a dope point, babe.
Were you here for the beginning of the show?
And I just want to, real quick, I just want to say that's a dope point, Vague, because Nas is a true artist. And to Kill's point, if he didn't want to mess with Preem's beat during that time frame of Life Is Good On or whatever, you know, that's okay. I mean, he's not going to come out and say that, of course. But one thing I always liked about Nas, he marches to the beat of his own drum. Like, you know, I always say he zigs when everybody else thinks he should zag. Like, we've been wanting him to do this album with Preemo for 30 years. And he finally got around to it, and he's did albums with Kanye and Hit Boy, 6 albums with Hit Boy in between, and we finally pressured them in to do it. And, you know, glad it's finally here. We finally got it. Just like Detox, we never thought we was going to see it. We've been asking for the joint album with AZ, something that might be on the horizon still, because AZ tweeted that collab was just an appetizer, but we've been asking for that for years. And then out of nowhere, we got a collab album with Damian Marley, like, out of left field, which was a super dope album in my opinion. So it's like, you know, he does things that like moves him versus what everybody else or wants or expects of him, you know what I'm saying, as a true artist should. So if he wasn't feeling the Premier album during that 30-year time frame that we thought that he should have did it, then my hat's off to him. He did it when the time was right for him. So
yeah, it's funny to my man Nick. Shout out to Nick F saying Nas gave us this album like Martin proposed to Gina. Here's the Preemo album, damn. And that's exactly how I feel. I feel like that's what the fuck happened. I felt like Nas was like, yo, all the shit I'm doing for hip hop and all y'all niggas is fixated on is a goddamn album with Preemo. Fuck it, I'll do it. Let's do this shit. Let's do it. Because all these years he didn't want to do. And life is at 51, y'all, if there's something I've learned, life is simple addition and subtraction. In your 30s, you want to make it long algebra. In your 40s, it starts dumbing down to algebra 1. By the time you get in your 50s, it's just 1 + 1 = 2. If you want a beat from somebody and they got some shit, you gonna call them. To me, you gonna call them. If I know Vay got a dope 16, I'm calling that nigga.
Yeah.
If Rel got a dope 16, I'm calling that nigga. Now, and again, where I think not all of us, but I think most people can agree that Premier's output is not the same as what it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
That's fair.
So if we could, if that's fair, it's kind of like, Ev, do you remember back in Philly? I don't know how it was in other places. In high school, you take a shorty to Red Lobster, you might as well marry her. If you come back on Monday and it's like, yo, we went to Red Lobster, girl, that nigga love you. Like, that was the shit. Try to take a girl to Red Lobster right now. I double dog dare y'all niggas. Take a girl to Red Lobster on the first goddamn date and watch what the fuck happens. Watch if your ass ain't blown up on IG. Watch. I remember before this whole Cheesecake Factory shit happened on social media, the Cheesecake Factory was the shit. It was the shit. Then the girl got up there and said, they're going to take me to Cheesecake Factory. Now nobody want to go to Cheesecake Factory. Shit crazy. It's like Jay-Z. What's the difference from 4.0 to 4.6? 40 grand cocksucker. Now nobody wants the 4.0 range no more. Like, so that's all I'm saying is that his beats they've come down a level. Do I think they're whack? Hell no. They're not whack at all. But when we see LeBron and those players start to put up pedestrian numbers, it's like a reminder, like, damn, like this may be coming to an end. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not dissing Premier. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying that this is not half and half. This is not the actual by All City. These beats are not that. They're just not. So I'm not mad at Nas. If you want this and he's giving you this, why would I be mad at that? If you come to me to get your car detailed and I was doing a good job and I stopped doing a good job, I mean, maybe you keep coming to me because you my man, but you may eventually be like, nah, kid, like I need to get it better work done. You know what I mean? And you may not want to say that. You know how many barbers? You think I left the barber and fucking text that nigga like, yo, bro, you fucked up my face, so I'm not coming back? No, I just didn't come the fuck back. There was no goodbye, hey, sorry we've been for. No, I just stopped fucking coming. You know what I mean? Like most of the times when we leave spaces, when I've left the church, I never sent the pastor a fucking kite like, yo, my nigga, I didn't really like that sermon about tithing, so I'm out. No, I just stopped coming. What you gonna say, G?
But this is Premier's production is kind of taking on a life and a narrative of its own. So if it's that much of a letdown, do you think if it's that much to overshadow what Nas is doing lyrically on his own album?
Here's the thing. I think, and again, I'm not an MC, so I think from what I heard, Nas is fine on it. I don't have no beef with Nas on this album. I don't have no beef. Now, the songs leading up to this album, I was worried about. That shit that was on Premier's little 5-song EP, and the other one, My Name or whatever that shit was, it just didn't sound like Nas wanted to be there. It just sounded like, let me just do this shit because hip-hop, y'all want this shit. Y'all won't. I gave y'all 6 albums in 3 years at 50. I done fucking brought a casino to Queens. I done gave $1 million to the Hip Hop Museum, and all you fuckers can talk about is where's the fucking Premier album. You know where it is? It's right here, nigga. Now leave me the fuck alone.
So
now,
you feel like this was just like a box check, like he was just checking a box?
I personally do, and I could be 100% wrong. I could be 100% wrong. Keep in mind, like Bank said, I don't know shit. I'm just telling you what it felt like to me when I heard that joint. What was the thing called? What's My Name Is? Or
Define My Name.
Define My Name. When I heard that, I did not hear the hunger. Did y'all see the video of when Nas heard the beat to Speechless? Mm-hmm. When he's in the studio and you see that nigga's face, I just don't believe you heard the definition of My Name Is beat and you had that face. I just don't believe that. I could be 100% wrong. Again, I don't know shit, but I'm just saying I know 1 + 1 = 2. I know I call the niggas who I want to get with. I know I know I reach out to the people who I fuck with. I know that. And the people who I don't reach out to, I've never had a conversation say, hey, yo, hey, Ev, you know what? Me and you aren't friends anymore because we just stopped calling each other. You know what I mean? I don't send kites to niggas to be like giving you the FYI of why we're not cool. Nigga, I can show you why we ain't cool without me showing you we ain't cool. It ain't that hard to tell.
Hey, so, Kill.
Yo, what's up, fam?
Kites to the Pastor sounds like it could be a West Side Gun song, by the way.
Hey, Vague, Rel, what's up? We got something? Kites to the Pastor?
Kites to the Pastor.
We got something? I'll send y'all some shit. Tonight.
Kill in the pulpit.
But here's the cool thing, y'all. At the end of the day, wonderful conversation. Again, I like the album AG. I'm going to keep listening to it for at least another week and a half. I go to Vegas next week. I'm still tapping in because of your challenge. And here's the thing, y'all. Y'all know me. I want to be wrong. I love it. I would much rather all of you all say, Kill, you dumb as shit. You ain't no shit. This album is great. I'd much rather do that than be like, I was right. Like I said, this exceeded my expectations because my expectations were really fucking low.
Hey, if you say you like the De La, the Mob, or the Clips better, I ain't mad because all 3 of those albums are phenomenal. I love all those albums, like the Mob and the De La, Chef's Kiss. Like I love those albums.
Right. I apologize, y'all. All the people in the chat, I done forgot about y'all, but I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I done forgot these niggas over here talking, and Jay hasn't.
First live, man.
Oh, here's a great thing, and Jay hasn't worked with Preemo since 1999. I've heard that's because of that Preemo said Nas won the battle, and I think Jay got in his feelings, and that was that. Nice. Or it very well could have been, like I said, if I don't know what it is, just Google.
He was supposed to produce the Black Album, I heard. The whole thing initially.
Just Google Premier 50 Cent Jay-Z Black Album beat, and the beat should come up. Listen to the beat, and you tell me if that beat would have fit into what was on the Black Album. You know what I mean? So again, I just think, it's just, I think Just Blaze, in my opinion, kind of knocked Premier kind of out the box in the early 2000s. Because in the 90s, especially late 90s, when it was like, hey, we doing all this radio shit, but we need that one street banger. Who do you call? Premier. Like that was just the go-to person. You call Premier. By 2000, that became Just Blaze. Fat Joe would do all his Miami shit, but it'd be like, yo, I need a banger for the hood. Like just kind of like nudged Preemo out the way, and Ye kind of did the same to Kanye kind of did the same to Pete. Kanye was kind of when you look at Kanye and Just, you're kind of seeing the next evolution of Pete and Premier. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like at that moment, and guess what? Premier, and I love this for him. He didn't jump into the sped up chipmunk soul shit. He could have, but he didn't, which was a good thing. Like stay in your lane, do your chops. But I just wonder, did we just get tired of the chops? The chops were good from like 94 to maybe 2001. I know a lot of people who didn't like the Owners. I thought the Owners was a good album. I thought it was a great album. I gave it like 4.5 mics. But most people were like, yo, that shit was whack. I'm like, damn, whack? Like Skills wasn't mass appeal, but goddamn, I don't think Skills are Right Where You Stand or
Oh my gosh, these are great records.
Yo,
yeah, but a lot of people, but this is what I'm just saying, that going back to that was what, fam, 2003? Going back to the Owners, people were saying Premier fell off. So this whole Premier fell off is not some new fucking psychological movie twist that just started last Friday. It's been here. Niggas have been saying Premier's beats don't sound the same. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. What's up?
Hold up. You gotta let Rel get in here, man. His face been like that.
My bad, Rel. Go ahead, Rel. You throwing me with this black and yellow, man. You look like a Steelers fan, man. You hurt me out here.
You got that green light in the background. I see the green
Coach
light.
had Wise. That's our colors. We had a game today. My bad.
Right. I was like, damn, you coming in here looking like a Mike Tomlin fan, man. You scary, man.
We had a game, so that's our colors.
Y'all won by 50 again?
35.
Oh, okay.
Damn, Vay, you kind of put me. Yeah. So I'm just saying, this was from what I heard from everybody. This was like one of the better conversations I heard, because I was seeing like some ridiculous stuff online, man. This has been pissing me off, man. Like, people just be saying, like, on both sides, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just the people that's like saying it's 5 mics and talking about the people that don't. It's both sides, and it's like, come on, man. Like, if like Ev don't like it, right? I'm not gonna be like, yo, Ev don't know what the fuck he talking about. He don't like it. He don't like it. That's him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I've always wondered, why do people care? Why do people care so much? If you don't like the album, cool. You don't. The most you may get out of me is, well, what didn't you like? But other than that, nigga, I don't like fucking carrots. Guess what? I'm not hating on carrots. I don't want to fucking die early death. I just don't fucking like carrots.
Bro, I don't like
you know
carrots.
What? See what I mean? But the thing is that the same way we respect people with food, I just wish we could respect the same people with music. Bro, we do a cheesesteak show. If I go to somebody and be like, yo, you want a cheesesteak? Nah, I don't eat meat. The most I may do is be like, oh, damn, how long haven't you eaten meat? But I ain't gonna be like, oh, man, this nut ass nigga don't eat no meat. Bro, look at this dickhead over here. Nigga don't eat meat. Like, what the fuck? This nigga don't like food if you don't like meat. It's just, you just respect it. It's like, oh, okay, my bad, you don't eat meat. Okay, well, cool. Come get some cheese fries or something like that. But when it comes to music, it's like you don't know shit. Like, that's how we set the show off, because it was like, if you don't like this album, then you don't like hip hop. And like you said, it's both sides. I've seen people saying, if you like this album, you don't know shit. I've seen people who love the album say, if you don't like the album, you don't know shit. And it's like, can it just be people don't? It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Here's the cool part. I love the fact that we all probably like different songs. Here's the crazy part, y'all. I actually like the fucking New York State of Mind Part 3. I like it.
Plot twist.
Like, I do. Like, I did not think I was gonna like it, but I hate when Nas does the it's like I'm a gun. Hey, play that Billy Joel. Just play the goddamn beat. We don't need the precursor of hey, it's like I'm a gun, everybody. Hit. The song is about me being a gun, and you don't just do the song. Like, but I mean, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. But then I know Vague doesn't like it. But then I don't like Madman, and I know other people who love Madman. Like, people are like, that's the best song on the album. And I'm like, you know, and I love Writers, even though he used the breakbeat and the pause tapes. And I can't do the female MCs. I just can't get into that beat. Love what he did, but I just don't like the sample. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good album. Prayerfully, people, I appreciate people rocking with us in the chat. We'll do more of these. Ilfam, thank you for telling me to do this shit, because I had no idea how to do this shit. So I appreciate you for that. You know what I mean? Rel, where can they get at you? Where can we go see a game? When are we getting another song? What is going on with you, bro?
Uptown Rel 215 on Instagram, JBen215 on Twitter. I sent out the schedule, man. You want to come catch us? You know, I coach girls at Wise High School. After about a 4-year hiatus, and then I coach football as well, so I went straight from football into basketball, which, you know, no joke.
Shout
So
out to you.
yeah, but I'm, you know, that's what we do. You know what I mean? You know, help
Right.
people. You know what I mean? So
That's a beautiful thing, bro. That's a beautiful thing. Before I get to Ill Fam, here's the thing. Nas has 2 more boxes to check. The Firm Reunion and the Core Mega and the AZ Project.
Firm
What do y'all think about that?
Firm
I'll take
on
the AZ. Give me the AZ project.
Okay.
after, like, yeah, the AZ one, after the song that's on there, I love that. I love that song. Like, that's one of my favorite songs on the album. That My
Yeah.
Story, Your Story.
Yeah,
So-
the firm won't happen, but AZ probably will.
Yeah, I don't know about the Fern one because I don't know. I mean, but I didn't expect the Fern to be on King's Disease, so you never know.
Right. Just Blaze and Bink did kind of outshine Primo. This is a Nas. I'm just going through some of these joints real quick. It's an album that Nas fans either love or hate. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
New York State of Mind Part 3. Like I said, shockingly, I like it. You know what I mean? Real quick, fam, do you give me 2, 3 of your favorite songs off the album?
The AZ record is insane. Madman is insane, and I love the Nas, Nasir, Nasty, whatever the name of it. I'm terrible with names of songs, but those are 3 songs I really like.
And just the FYI, shout out to my man Eddie in the chat who said he bit Trey Lee's many faces for that shit with the 3 different personalities shit too. So, you know, shout out to Trey Lee out there.
And
Well,
Gemini the Gifted
that?
one too. And Gemini the Gifted one did it earlier too.
Rest in peace to Gemini. You know he passed away, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, rest R.I.P. to Gemini. Rel, what were your 3 off of this?
My Story, Your Story, Writers, and if I had to pick third as my favorite, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. I'll say New York State of Mind Part 3. Cause I like it too. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be my third one.
No doubt. Vague, where can they, well, what are your top 3 joints off the album, and then where can they get at you, everything you got going on? You know, Vague, you still there?
I think he's
Vague,
muted.
frozen.
Oh, frozen.
Am I
You
good?
There you
there,
go.
Vague? Yeah, you there.
Top 3. Well, let me turn this Nick game off. Go Knicks. Because I think that's what's doing it. But yeah, top 3 for me is I like the joint It's Time a lot, and I like the Nasty Esco Nasir joint. But again, you know, it's brand new.
I think he froze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
frozen.
froze.
All right. AG, what about you? What's your top 3?
Top 3, I'd say Nas talking the shit out here. I think he too humble a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I like he talking the shit on this album. I got Nasty, Esco Nasir, Madman, and probably Get Ready. I think Get Ready is a vibe. I really like that joint. And can I ask a quick question? Y'all can just say yes or no. I didn't get to ask it earlier, but for expectations with the beats on Premier, all their classics from before, you know what I'm saying, from Illmatic to Stillmatic, do y'all consider those beats 10 out of 10 as far as like what everybody else was expecting? Because I don't think I Gave You Power is a 10 out of 10 beat. I don't think Second Childhood is a 10 out of 10 beat. I think they're classics because of what Nas did on them conceptually. So do y'all think, y'all could just say yes or no, but
Nas' Like is an 11 out of 10.
Nas is like, of course, but I think they got a few joints here and there that's not a 10 out of 10 beat wise.
Yeah, they ring.
I mean, it's hard because you're like asking for a lot of. I mean, if I had to say the answer, then yes. Like I agree with you. I Gave You Power to me is not a 10 out of 10 beat. It's a good beat, and I think Nas really pushes it over the top. I think if he gave that same beat to Screwball or Black Poet, and again, this is no knock to Screwball. I'm not.
Man,
Y'all always be laughing. I'm not. It's not a diss to them. I just don't think. If that was on a Screwball album, I don't think that beat would be heralded the way it is, but it's with Nas. It's Nas talking about being a gun. So
Right.
I think that's it. But I think for the most part, I mean, when I heard Second Childhood, I was like, thank God Preem is back. Like, I love that beat. You know what I mean? So for me, yes, all the Nas Premier hookups, New York State of Mind, fucking Memory Lane, Represent, I Gave You Power, and Second Childhood, Nas is like, and New York State of Mind Part 2. Yeah, I would
Come
say.
Get Me, maybe not.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that for expectation wise, you know what I'm saying? Everything they hadn't put out prior is not 10 out of 10. That's what I'm saying. So
Right. But I think the thing is too is that it's not just what Nas is bringing to the table. It's Premier. Like, I'm looking at this not as just what he's done with Nas, but who Premier is as an individual.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So even if he never worked with Nas, you know, keep in mind it's like Pete only worked with Nas once, right? On an official release. I know he did some stuff on the Lost Tapes too. But
yeah.
Pete Rock has only done The World Is Yours for Nas. So in Nas's 30-year career, he's only done one for Nas. But if we found out tomorrow Nas and Pete Rock were making an album, my expectations are sky high. Not based off of what they did before, but because Pete Rock is this and because Nas is this.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not about what they did together. It's just about, again, you're one of the GOATs. You are, and again, that's the gift and the curse. It's the gift and the curse of when you are that great, people expect greatness from you. And it's a hard, I can only imagine it's a hard burden to carry. But it comes with being great. I'm sure being Michael Jordan was not easy. I just got finished reading Steph Curry's book. If y'all knew what the fuck this nigga does every day to be able to do what he does in the game, it's insanity on a whole nother fucking level. Like, it's stupid. And it's a great book to read too. Great motivational book too. But reading that book with greatness, you've got to keep that up. But AG, tell me where they can get at you, all that good stuff.
Adriel Green on Twitter, Stoop Stories Podcast. That's about it.
All right, Stoop Stories. Where can we? Is YouTube? Just go to your Twitter and it's a link.
Yeah,
up there.
about, you know what I'm saying, about the relaunch, pick back up, look for that. You know what I'm saying? So
all right, no doubt. Ev, my brother, where can they get you out there in LA? What's going on, bro?
You can get at me at Ev Asis, ASIS, or at 7 Names on Instagram. I'm glad you didn't ask me my 3 favorite songs because I don't like this album. I don't like it. That's like asking me my 3 favorite things about Oprah. I don't like Oprah, so I don't have it. Again, it's not trash.
This nigga done made me get up and walk away.
It ain't, you know, it's not that.
Yo, man.
But to a point that y'all were talking about earlier, one of the good things about having a podcast like this is that we can come together and we can agree to disagree. You know what I mean? Everybody can come with their own opinions, and it doesn't mean that one person is more aware or less aware. It's just like, yo, we all coming from different backgrounds, different things that we dig and we don't dig. So the fact that we can come together and build on it is dope.
Yeah. And I appreciate everybody coming in for this, because this is what I wanted to show. I wanted this to be like, this is how you can have a discussion. I tell people every day, I'm not on Twitter to debate because I don't want to change your mind. If you love the album and I hate the album, here's the thing with me that makes me different, I think. I'm glad people love the album. I'm not a Cormega fan at all. But I'm glad that this man, as a black man, can get paid and feed his family by doing something he loves. I'm happy for that nigga. Like, I don't want everybody to be like, oh, Kill don't like Cormega. Oh, I don't like Cormega either. No, like, support that man. Like, that's the bigger thing. My goal is never for people to follow me. Follow hip hop. Follow the culture. So I don't get mad when people don't like the shit I like or like the shit I don't like. Like, that's what keeps the culture going. It would be boring as fuck for us to all sit up here and all be like saying the same shit. It would be boring. That would be whack as hell. So instead of arguing with people about it, why don't we accept the differences that we see and have a great conversation around it? This was a great conversation. I thought it was going to last an hour, lasted 2 hours. Great people over here in the live stream. So again, I just think that this is what we should be doing. We got to stop. Ev and Rel, I told him my new thing is I'm adjusting crowns this year. You know, and what that is, I'm checking niggas, because niggas sound stupid, Rel. Like you said, oh, if you don't like this, you don't like hip hop. Nigga, you sound like one of my 3rd graders. Use your big boy words. Come on, let me adjust your crown. Nigga, find some more words to use, okay? Okay, you don't like the album, why not? Oh, you didn't like Nas, he wasn't in the pocket. Okay, cool, I disagree. But yo, keep doing you. Keep it moving. We adjusting crowns. I don't want grown black men with wives and children to be sounding this fucking stupid every day. We are adjusting crowns. That's what I'm calling it this year. What's up, bro?
One thing, I had to get this off my chest. One thing that bothered me, right? He made a song about the female MCs, and then niggas is online like, oh, he didn't mention MC Lovely D from back when I'm like, God damn, like, did you make a song about it? You know what I'm saying?
He said, if I did not name you, I still love you. Like,
and he literally named like 1,000 female MCs. That's the crazy thing. He named like 1,000 MCs in that song.
I ain't gonna lie. If the nigga wouldn't have said like Jean Grey, I probably would have been pissed off though.
Hey, maybe, but he ain't named Dimples D. So, but again, it's one of those things where you can't please everybody. You can't win for losing. But here's the thing, y'all. Discussions. We no more East Coast bias. If somebody says they don't love Ice Cube, it don't mean they East Coast bias. If somebody says they don't like something, the quote comment, if I don't like it, I don't like it. Don't mean that I'm hating. We got to stop using these three. You don't know shit if you don't like fill in the blank, East Coast bias, and you a hater. Stop using those three words. Fucking read a book. And here, if you don't know what book to read, look how easy this is. This is a book you should all buy. No Half Stepping by Paradise Gray. It's about the Latin Quarters Club. If you don't know shit about Latin Quarters, don't tweet at me anything. Just ask me questions. Don't ever fucking make a statement. Just fucking tweet me shit with a question mark at the end if you don't know about Latin Quarters. Buy this book. Once you read it, then you can start fucking tweeting at me and ending it with a fucking period. It's that simple, y'all. Did I get everybody? Fam, Ill Fam, you gotta do your black wrestling.
Yeah. Ill Fam 79 on your social media choice at Black Wrestling every 8:35 live every Thursday night if you in the YouTube space already, just click on over there and we are talking very, very crazy. If you don't like wrestling, the first half hour, 45 minutes, there is no wrestling. We just talking really, really crazy. So yeah, man, go see me over there. And if I told y'all that the best cheesesteak I ever had was in Maryland. Was it Maryland? I thought I was free to my opinion.
But you know that it wasn't. I took you to John's and Angelo's, so we all know that's a lie from the pit of hell. We I got video footage. I got video footage of y'all eating them cheesesteaks and giving it 5 mics, man. It was quiet. It was silent, man. Yeah,
I saw it. You had mayonnaise and steak all in your beard. You was quiet. I seen it.
Yeah,
you was enjoying it. I seen it.
We coming. Frank's Pizza. As soon as I get with Gadget, we coming. Real quick, Ev, we still got this joint out here. You know, Profit the joint. You know what I mean? The Order of the Lyricist. This is an EP that Ev put together. Very, very, very dope album. I produced the track on here. Everything else produced by Ev. Are these still available, Ev? Can they still cop these?
Well, I don't know if y'all know. I was part of the Eaton Canyon fires. So most of the stuff that I have left is in storage in Jersey, and I'm in Cali right now. So there are albums available. I just can't get my hands on them yet.
Okay. But when we get them back up, y'all gotta check that out. Kill 889, Twitter, IG. Again, we're adjusting crowns this year. Black men, we need to be, and check me too. If I say some dumbass shit, check me. Be like, Vegas has checked me plenty of times. One time I was going off about Prodigy, Vegas text me like, nigga, stop. And I was like, all right, bro, my bad. Let me stop. Like, literally, like, check me. Like, if I'm wilding, yo, adjust my crown. Like, Greg was like, just stop, kid. Just stop. He's dead. Like, leave it alone. I was like,
God dang.
They was talking about the book. It's that goddamn book. So yeah. So for all the people who tuned in, I appreciate y'all. I will check y'all next week, good people.